play video games. I guess that's all that can really be taken care of. I need to shave. That's what I need to do. Or I can't really shave, but I guess I should trim my face. Anyways, let's get into the game, shall we? So, oh, thank you, Transition, for doing it twice. I appreciate you. Let's kick over to the YouTube save playlist. Alrighty. So, the original intent of this week was I was going to go to Unstable 1.6 and try out some of the new stuff, you know, see how it behaves, see how it goes. Let me get you a screenshot, just real quick, of what my time in one point.
You got 30 seconds to give me a reason I should follow you. I got a fat dragon coming.
Let me show you real quick what my time in 1.6 looked like, just real quick. Hi, Talina, welcome on in. Hi, Wild. So this is what my time in 1.6 looked like. I'm not sure what caused this. I don't know what happened. But there's definitely a time. And so we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. It took me about 3 hours to get the game to load up to this point. Like that is getting the game to function up to this point. So I'm not going to be doing 1.6 this week. Instead, what we're doing is we're going to be going into RimWorld. I do, for those on on the YouTube vid and all that kind of stuff, if you want to know my mod list, you can pause and look and see what I have available. I know people keep telling me I need to get like another mod manager, but like I'm just generally not great at it. That running these games to run, and exactly, we love our 90s games running when they, you know, decide to fucking run. You'll notice a couple of these like E&D Braziers and Mapstone and Vanilla Expanded Ideology patches. You know, they're out of date, but they still work. But we're gonna be running off of mainly Rim Central spaceports, so that we can pretty much make a gas station for spaceships. That is our goal. 1.6 is assumed as Catastrophic. No. We're doing RimWorld today. But as we do every Tuesday. But that's the big thing, is that we're gonna be trying to make a gas station for their goal is to be a galactic truck stop, pretty much, unironically. And we're gonna go with the sealed vault start, because it's one I haven't done yet. This is from Vanilla Expanded The Ancients, and what it gives us is a bunch of people who are hibernating like, you know, the Ancient Dangers where I break into those vaults and there's people in in those buildings, there's people in cryosleep. We're kind of like that, except a little bit more high-tech. With each passing day, you stare at your fellow companions hibernating cryptosleep sarcophagi. One day, when your life is nearing its end, you will wake your successor and watch will begin. Every day for the last 100 of years, your post was awaiting orders from High Command, which may no longer exist. Will today be the day you not only wake up, but also open your eyes. Since you start alone with random superpowers and weaknesses, it's a difficult scenario. You start with one person in a sealed vault. A Fallout vault? Kind of. We'll start with this. We're going to be running off of Alfred Ancient, who is the custom storyteller for Vanilla Expanded Ancients. What he does is he has the same difficulty curve as Cassandra. However, he tends to a lower population.
Hello, test subject. Cave Johnson here. Congratulations, homosexual. Your existence has been deemed profitable in the following regions: North America, Western Europe, and Australia. To celebrate the occasion, we have temporarily recolored all Aperture Science appliances in these regions to your favorite flavor of gay. For further pandering on a wider area, please continue fighting for basic human dignities, and Aperture Science will be right there to celebrate your victory with you. Afterwards.
Thank you, Bella. But so what he does is he tends us to have a low population colony. But he gives us a no skill loss whatsoever. So we he won't give us free recruits. We can still make a large colony, but he's going to be doing his best to keep our colony as small as possible. We're going to do Strive to Survive and reload at any time, because we're not going to be sticking around in this too long. Once Odyssey comes out, we'll probably swap to that. 50% map coverage. We're getting rid of the Black Hive. I'm getting rid of the Impid tribe, just because I don't want to fucking deal with them during this. We'll throw in a cannibal pirate gang, just to, like, replace the Impids. How dare you, Bella? Just so that there's one more, like, hostile, like, raid threat, and it's not just, you know, I'm removing a faction entirely. I don't like to deal with swarms of Impids. I'm done with it. I've moved on. Days without cannibalism mentioned. Here, listen. We're getting there, okay? I promise. Alright. The question is, where do we want to start our truck stop? Welcome in, Draft. I have been kind of wanting to do another toxic environment start. So, what kind of biome should we do? Should we do, like... Welcome in, Hectic. Should we do, like, a tundra? Should we go to a temperate climate? A rainforest? Should we go to the shrublands? We could technically start off in the sea ice. Sea ice, yeah? Because what the vault does is it spawns itself on the... on the map. Like, it generates after the preview. So we could do that. I like that idea. All right, we'll do large map. I need to remove that. 1 second. I need to... Where is it? How do I... what is it? I guess the funny has to stop. Moderation, blocked terms, remove these. There we go. Hi, Frog, how are you? Welcome on in. Alright. We'll go with that. Yes, I'm aware that it's polluted tile. We will have a fixed ideology. Create a custom. We're going to be Archist with a individualistic trader culture that is transhumanist and trying to think. Scrapper? I'm good. How are you? I'm doing all right. How have you been? We'll go with Cavern Dweller. We'll go with Tunneler, and the reason we're gonna go with Tunneler is because it helps with the fact that we're gonna be indoors a lot. We're not gonna be allowed to leave very often. So I think just having Tunneler, like, despite the fact that we're not going to be able to mine anything because we're on a, like, we're stuck in a fucking vault, I should have kept economics. Shaft of Wealth. I should have kept that. Hold on, can I get the Shaft of Steel? No, I want the randomly generated Shaft of Wealth. Please give it to me. Free Shaft? No. Shaft of Trading. I'm okay with that. That's funny. I'm okay with that. Organ harvesting is acceptable. Slavery, we're not doing slavery. Well, we could. We could do slavery. That would not be entirely... Well, it'd be kind of rough to do. There'd be no real reason to it. Research is going to be fast, just to speed things up a little bit. Diversity of thought is going to be intense bigotry. Child labor is going to be encouraged. Tired apparel is going to be disapproved. Violence is acceptable. Chained apparel is disapproved. Marriage. We don't need a mining specialist. We're gonna get the cyber deep sounder, the mind miner, and the respectable broker. Trading fair. What does this one do? This one is mood, and I will also get a Sky Lantern Festival for the ability to get a random recruit. We will have Neil pillows, just because we can grow cotton. We can't really grow wood here. A hilt in the deep nexus. Our venerated animal will not be the Megalouse. It shall be the majestic. The majestic chem snail. That shall be our venerated animal. Making sure everything's fine. Trading is required. Trade price is improved. High expectations. Sleep accelerator. Neuron charger. Bio-sculpting, age reversal, body form modification. It all looks good. All right, let me get my wheel of names. So, with the start of the vault, I do know this one bit. We do want to... War Void, congratulations. We do want to have someone with high intellectual, because we start off having to hack our way through a bunch of doors. This one's actually not bad already. They're capable of dumb labor and they're capable of social, but that's not like entirely terrible. Well, actually, it is kind of terrible being able to not being able to do either in a very small limited colony sense. This one's not bad. Hello, Cookie Monster. Welcome on in. Yeah, we'll do this. I know War Void prefers mask, so I will just... Huh. Alright, well, I guess we're not doing that one. This works. Staggeringly ugly. I love that. And you start off with potatoes. You brought raw potatoes with them. And a textbook. And cooking. Okay. He's alright. He'll be fine. I'm hoping... Whoever else we open up will be fine. How are you? I'm doing all right today. I got my coffee. I've had my breakfast. I got cookies in the kitchen. Today's a good day. Today's a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. We just gotta take it one step at a time. Alrighty. So, here's how we start off. We are in a vault, locked from the rest of the world, with a bunch of machinery that is way too complicated to ever reproduce. And I don't know, I think it's going to be a little bit more interesting than what we've been dealing with. Can't go through doors that don't have power in them, sadly. We're just going to explore as much as we can, see what's all available. Got the bedrooms, okay. This looks... Okay, we got an active geothermal plant, so we have continuous power no matter what. I appreciate that. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Have you ever had dreams that you would, when you could do what you could do, so you do what you could, and you want them to do, so you could do much to anything? Exactly. Thank you very much, Vitalita. Thank you for your wise statements. We're gonna go ahead And we're going to get these cryosleep caskets open. We have 2 that are available. The rest are pretty much just medical. And this is what we're doing for the first little bit. It is cold in here, but we'll be fine. I think, yeah, we can survive the bio-coated Hellcat rifle. That sucks that it's on you with no shooting skill. It really does. But how are you guys doing today? How is life treating you? How have things been? Hopefully life's been treating you all right while we sit and wait for this guy to, you know, get his friends at least awake. We're going to just kind of take stock of all we have. We have plasteel. We have beds. These beds will get repurposed shortly enough. All these barrels need to get deconstructed. Being excited for this Saturday. Ooh, what's coming Saturday? Get these machines taken care of. All right. Before you go ahead and eat before you throw a temper tantrum over that. What? Who is in casket number 1? Also, this is meant to be or avoid. We have a new recruit. They are Quinn Luau, who is industrious, good at social, good at crafting, okay, passionate about farming. Their real name, I'm seeing my favorite motorcycle show? Oh, hell yeah. They are, oh, would you look at that? Happy birthday, Leari. And we're going to set you onto hacking the next one. Motorcycles are cool to me. The only problem I've always had with motorcycles is I've always wanted to have Gordon entertain, cook. You can both like grow and plant cut. You're out of 4. Sorry, give me 1 second. You're gonna be crafting primarily. You can haul, and your priority is gonna be. There we go. I hope we get like someone who's actually good at fighting. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the problem I've always had with motorcycles is that they were impractical in where I lived because I lived in like the Midwest. So a lot of our time was spent dealing with like ludicrously terrible weather that motorcycles are just not great for, especially in the winter when you're like you don't want to be driving around. I will send you to construction, just because there's not a whole lot of constructing like needs to be worried about. Like trying to drive a motorcycle around in the snow is just generally not a fun activity. Generally speaking, anyways. Hi, Frog. Alright, can you go open that up real quick? Hi, Wiz, how are you? Alrighty, and we have... Who are you? Who can jet Baraku? They're good, oh my god, you're really good. Okay, so your priority is going to be crafting, hunting, and construction. All clean. We only have 1 doctor, but that's fine. No, need to find an alternative to my current curtains. Do you not have blackout curtains, or are you just kind of like making the best with what you got? And this is going to be a Tato. Congrats, Nat. A Tato. Alrighty. That'll be how everything starts for now. We don't have a lot of lights. Actually, we have no lights now that I think about it. Let's get some fucking lights in here before people flip their shit and start panicking. Please stop vomiting. We get some just kind of generic lights kind of slapped about, just so people can like exist in this place. The curtains, that's the problem. They're blackout, so I forget to wake up. It's oh, yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should like if blackout curtains are like actually an active detriment to you, you might want to look into like getting something different. Can we have you like? Okay, you do have power now. Good. Okay, bunch of stuff in here. So we got heavy SMGs, a charge rifle, marine helmets, broadcast station, bunch of wood, ancient transmitter, which can get broken down. These can get broken down. These can get broken down. Pipeline junction. Makes chem fuel, but can summon infestations. Alright. Interesting, interesting. Go back this way. You are actually just broken, so I'm gonna have you... Oh my god, you're gonna be a pain in the ass, aren't you? I can't deconstruct you either. That's the unfortunate part. Alrighty. So, if that's the case, let's do this. Look at this door open. I'm hoping this is not the door out, but it shouldn't be. Anyways, I'm sorry to hear that, Wiz. Hopefully, like, sometime soon you're able to, like... Okay, why is power, like, so disjuncted here? So, we need power running through here. Power running through here. Power running through here. And... Okay. Power grid's just kind of fucked at the moment. So it's gonna be a little bit messy at the beginning, but we'll be fine at the end of the day. Overall, I think I don't know. So someone mentioned, I think it was fuck, someone mentioned it. I forgot who mentioned it, and I do apologize. But someone mentioned it, and it was like along the lines of, "Oh, just play the games you want to play. You know, we'll always watch you for you." And I'm like, it's a very nice sentiment, but the problem is that that's not always entirely the case. There are games where I will stream them, and just people do not care. Like people do not care at all to even like humor the idea. And those are like I try to always do my best to like not take for granted the fact that people are here for entertainment. They're here for a good time. They're here to like, you know, talk and chat. And the games that people tend to not enjoy are the games where I'm not really talking all that much. Games where like my personality doesn't really shine through are games that people tend to not enjoy. So it's difficult for me to find games. Hello, William. Welcome on in. That are... There we go. It's difficult for me to find games that, you know, like, share my personality, but at the same time, make it so that things aren't, like, you know, I'm not, like, keeping anyone out of, you know, enjoying what I do, right? And that's the hard part at the end of the day. This needs to get broken down at some point. All of this needs to get broken down at some point. How you doing, William? You doing okay today? Life treating you all right? I want to move the billiards table, like, in here. Oh, like, get this, like, a little bit more heckin' hot. It is heckin' hot, but that's fine. It's the meaning of life, you know? I need more steel. It's a bit unfortunate. We can deconstruct these. this is allowed. These are allowed. These are allowed. It's been like 4 days over 100. I hate that. I hate summer. Summer is terrible for anyone who is like, you know, not insane. Deconstruct these. We don't need all these fucking doors. There we go. Finally beat Dream Daddy yesterday, so it was fun. Got more today. What the fuck is Gux? What the fuck is that? Okay, this is a snow flooring. I want this to be turned into a wood flooring, preferably. New Gundam show? What? Get that into wood flooring. I don't think this opens up into the outside because I feel like we still have a little bit more vault to us, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see if I can't get this room a little bit more, like, well organized. Yeah, my favorite anime is unique. Definitely haven't heard of it before. It's called yeah, 2828. Honestly, 2828, good show. Good show, honestly. What are you doing? What? Oh, was there... Oh, there was cloth. Got you. There was a carpet underneath that, but the snow had... Interesting. Okay. Wait, so where... Is this fully roofed? Yeah, it is fully roofed. Alright, well, shit. Creative Engine got tapped to write a new Gundam series. It's heckin' good. Also, the artist from Pokemon did the character design, so we got some cool ass robots and some new characters. Aw, hell yeah. Hi, Pope. Welcome on in. How are you? There was something I was talking about. I'm trying to remember what it was. Right, games that like fit me, right? Sorry. It was something I was trying to expand upon, but I just couldn't find the words. The big thing is whenever like I do plan anything that I'm like trying to make for you guys, right? Like whenever I'm playing a game, whenever I'm like deciding on any of this, it's hard to find what... Oh, cool. It's hard to find anything that just get these set real quick. Actually, one of these should probably be fiber corn, I think. It's hard to get like games that are able to bring out my personality in a way that is complimentary, while at the same time like staying interesting. Because too frequently I find like I like, for example, I love The Witcher. I think The Witcher 3, right, is like one of the best video games ever made. And I say that unironically, right? However, should I try to stream The Witcher 3, it does not go well. It hardly, I've tried several times. It does not go well. And it's not any fault of you guys. You guys watch what you want to watch. But the problem with The Witcher is that it's so disconnected from the, like, being, like, me being able to show off my personality, because The Witcher is a very story-heavy game. And that's like, one of the big things that don't really work on this channel is story-heavy games. That's why, like, a lot of the games I do play are, like, simulation games, or party builders, or, you know, roguelikes, or, you know, just stuff that, like, I can talk over, right? And no, it doesn't upset anything. Games that I can talk over and don't upset anything are the best games that could be asked for. And it's kind of a shame in that, it's very difficult to like fully express that in a way that is maybe I should take a look here. What do I need for space? We need microelectronics. Got you. Why do we not have microelectronics? How do we not have microelectronics? Anyways, it's difficult to like fully explain. It can be rough too. You don't want to talk over the voice. So there's, I think, yeah. With XCOM being like a big example of it, XCOM loves to talk. The people in XCOM love to never shut the hell up. And that's not like a fault of, you know, like, I think XCOM is a really great game, but with the newest XCOM, they just don't ever shut the hell up. It was pretty popular. It was okay. It was better than I expected. So that's the big thing. It was bigger than I expected. And this is like kind of like pulling back the curtain, talking about the analytics of the channel and all that kind of stuff, right? Because I am in the stage as a creator, someone who has to focus on the analytics side of things. Like, because at this point, they... Hold on one second. Faction name is going to be Space Truckers. And our settlement name is going to be Filler Up. The big thing is that with like how websites love to do their analytics now, right? They are very reliant on me at this point to be able to prove that I am worth what I say I'm worth. So every view counts, and I appreciate every single one of you who come and watch, because I say this all the fucking time. I could not be me if it wasn't for you. Like, I could not be sit here bitching about, you know, like, trying to figure out what I need to be doing next if it wasn't for you guys. Because without you guys, there'd be no point in me doing this. And I mean that unironically. So, I am not someone who, goes through all the mental strain of trying to like make stuff entertaining, just for it to not be just for the sake of saying that I did it. That's not how I like to live life, if I'm being entirely honest. But there is the... So I do appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone who follows. I appreciate everyone who subscribes. I appreciate everyone who likes my fucking comments or chats in the Discord. Like, all of these things, no matter how small you may think it is, I do appreciate incredibly much. Because everything does count. And I do my best, but I also recognize that I could be doing better. And I'm saying that as not like beating myself up about it. I'm saying this as I recognize that I could be more creative with what I'm doing. I could be more specialized in what I'm doing. I could try to do things that are a bit more sporadic, or maybe a little bit more comedy oriented, rather than trying to keep it kosher, I guess the boring way to put it. So while I try to figure out how to get everything done that I want to get done, I appreciate you guys, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because again, everything you guys have done has... Ready to start. Oh, these are deteriorating? What the fuck? Oh, shit. So, real quick, give me 1 second. So, the way this, like, start works is that we have superpowers and weaknesses. Every time we get a superpower, we get a weakness. So, Warvoid, for example, has telepathy. It gives him, you know, the ability to berserk people or calm people, but he always knows better, meaning that he refuses to learn any new skills, and he will never improve at anything that he ever does. He is stuck. These are the stats he has for the rest of his life, unless we get a skill injector. Liari has psychic resistance. They have no size sensitivity. However, they're unstable, so they have 100% size sensitivity, meaning they're a normal person. And Natato has Eagle Eye. They have double weapon range. but they cannot be forced to do anything. They will do what they want to do. I think we're gonna go ahead and plug Liari into the gene tailoring pod, and that will be what we do with her. Start operation. Facilities, final value. This could be... Yep, let's get that done. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, and it's not just a case of, you know, things are like, there's more to it at this stage than just kind of being funny, because I think more people, myself included, kind of forget about the big picture of things, and it makes it very difficult to be able to... I'm trying to think of like the correct wording for this, you know. Have you break this? You. There you go. It's very difficult to... Fast learning negates 0% learning, so he has something like 20%. He does have fast learning. You're correct. He has 75% global learning factor. What is his learning speed then? No, it sets it to 0. It's because fast learner is an additive, but always knows better is a times 0%. So no matter how much we boost it, it will become 0%. That's pretty fucked up, honestly. We're gonna just break these apart real quick. Because I need some space, and these can't get deconstructed because they're bastards like that. Also, hi Ulrich, welcome on in. How you doing today? Up, 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 up. Come on. Alright, we lost some super nanites. That's a bit unfortunate, but we can get more later on when we start exploring other vaults. So yeah, that's my whole little rant. That's all my little tangent. It's like, I do believe there are people here who will watch me no matter what I do, no matter what I'm doing, no matter who I am. But at the same time, I do recognize that I do have to still do my best to be entertaining to as many people as I can. And I find that the way I am entertaining is either through these long, convoluted tangents talking about content creation and, you know, just, you know, advice and, you know, how my perspective on things, or by crashing out and getting completely pissed off at video games, because apparently me being mad is like the funniest thing in the world to some people. Don't know why that is, but it is what it is, you know? I did not mean to do that. God damn it. Well, I was gonna say, hey, we have a low shield. I guess not anymore. Hi, Goss, how are you? One thing I have been looking into, by the way, is I am getting, so last year, one thing I wanted to do was get into doing music streams, and I think I want to start trying that. I want to start learning piano again, because I only, come back, we have a circle. Yes, you have a whole circle. Why do we have a circle? Because this is the vault start. So the Ancients vault, we start with all of this, but we have very, very stupid individuals in charge of it. Not stupid as in, like, they are stupid, but War Void has telepathy, but refuses to learn new skills. Leah has psychic resistance and psychic sensitivity, making her cancel each other out. And Natato is a great sharpshooter who refused to be told what to do. So... I was gonna call him for me. I can go pick up my new motorcycle from the dealer. Fuck yeah. Hell the fuck yeah. I'm gonna hold off on opening up the vault door. The rain's understandable. It is getting a bit rainy around here, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have this ice pit here. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it yet. We can probably go cotton here while we're like where are those powers from? These powers are also from the Vanilla Ancients. So the idea is that you go to these vaults, Vanilla Expanded Ancients, and you go to these vaults, and they have these gene tailoring pods. So whenever you put a pawn into these pods, it takes up the super nanite containments, and over the course of a duration, that tailors their genes. They're perfectly taken care of. You don't need to worry about food and all that kind of stuff. Then inside it would also be 0 then. Great question. Nope, it is 100%. She has oh, psychic resistance goes first, and then unstable then goes. So her unstable gives her 100% psychic sensitivity, which is just standard psychic sensitivity. Fuck this game. I hate this game so goddamn much. So it's the order of operations for these powers. Got you. So if the superpower is applied first, and then the weakness is applied, and if they conflict, then the weakness will supersede. God, whatever. But you can go to, when do you start off with this? You can also, Nat, I could ask you to hack open this container, see what we got in here. You get these ancient broadcast stations, which will reveal to you other vaults like yours, and you can go to them and plunder them for all their stuff and maybe recruit more people. That gave us some silver. Not particularly useful, but not particularly useless. Currently, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for us to learn microelectronics before we open the main vault door. That way we can make use of trading and all that kind of stuff. That had go juice and some meals. Alright. Not the greatest thing, not the worst thing in the world. I think we're just gonna have Nat run around, like, breaking stuff. We don't need that. All these need to get broken. We can turn this into a, like, manufacturing room. Because it already has the ancient cooking station. I would have preferred the ancient crafting station, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. We are completely, safe from exterior events, by the way, while we're in here. That's just why I'm holding off from opening that main vault door. Because I don't want to, like, start raids or anything before we're ready. Because all of this counts towards our colony value, which I hardly pull up this menu, but our colony value is already at, what is that, 127,000, and we've just started. So it's already a little high, and I want to wait for us to be, like, fully ready before we open that door, you know? Anything else that needs to get broken down? Nothing that I see immediately. Between two games completed, date everything or rogue trader? I think date everything, as neat as an idea as it is very much just kind of another dating sim. It doesn't do anything outrageously special, in my opinion, to really warrant, like it, how to put it, it's still a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. What I'm saying is that it's just another dating sim at the end of the day, and that's fine. Like, we're allowed to have those, but it's not doing anything horrendously groundbreaking other than, you know, awakening some fetishes in people. And I think Rogue Trader, especially with the fact that Dark Heresy, which is made by the same company and generally going to follow the same structure, is also coming out soon. I think that Rogue Trader might serve you better in the long run, personally speaking. Get a heater. I think we need, like, just a little bit more heat. Hey, Rainbow, how are you? Let's make this for foods. And yeah, let's make this for food. Just so that we have, like, stuff being kind of segregated a little bit. Need some light in here as well. Experiment failed, brain death. Subject has suffered complete failure of brain and is now brain dead. No powers were granted. Ah, fuck. Well, she'll heal. But, damn, that sucks. Alright. Happy birthday, Leah. What part of the power grid are you not connected to? You don't need a healer mech serum? No. Well, we might. Possibly. You might just be stuck like that for a very long time. Yeah, because she's not healing right now. So we might actually need a healer mech serum for her to ever wake up. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Alright. We'll start smelting metal. The slag should, like, give us a little bit more raw resources, at least recovering what we spent on the smelter. If you're in the ice sheet, smelter is like one of the best things that you can get, because you're gonna have ship crashes, you're gonna have you know, just gear that doesn't really suit you anymore. So getting a smelter early on is relatively helpful. Ancient cooler. We have coolers, but we don't have a heater. That's great. Also, I think Leah was our farmer. She was one of our farmers, anyways. Gonna have War Void prioritize that, just because that is a time-sensitive thing. Prioritize cooking, simple meals, do forever, really. We're not gonna be growing enough food to really warrant, what's the grow rate for the rice here? Like, if we sowed it now, it's... Okay, it's 100 and... It's a usual, rate. I'll have this heater that we built reinstalled, like, back here, because this room needs to have, like, an actual, like, stable heat. You calm down with the lightning. Yeah, so she's not dead, but she's, out of action until further notice, which I'm not too horrendously pleased about. And then from here, we're gonna ban food, so that we can get all of our stuff kind of, like, centered a bit better. Oh, Christ. I guess we'll have Nat come sleep in this bed, just because, why not, really? At least it gives them the, like, removes the barracks mental debuff. What are your needs right now? You have no trades, you slept in the cold, you have no artificial enhancements, you ate without a table, you have slightly impressive barracks. Okay, so it's alright. We're doing alright so far. Journey to the derelict lab. We'll deal with that later. Did I not set these to be food only? Pretty sure I did. We have 284, we have 309 packaged survival meals, so I'm not really worried about running out of food anytime soon. Isn't Rogue Trader like getting a new DLC like later today? Possibly. I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, because the Arbite dropped for Dark Tide, so they're combining the Lex Imperialis with the Rogue Trader drop as well. Okay, that's kind of clever marketing. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of clever marketing. I approve. I'm gonna hold these doors open so that the heat gets kind of like spread around the place a little bit better. Okay, we're growing cotton, which is good. Wait, how are we growing cotton if... Oh, no, sorry. It was Healroot that has a restriction. That little crash pod does remind me, I do want a prison. So we're going to build a little thing here. Hi, Frog. Making Dark Heresy, yes, they are making the Dark Heresy game, which I'm excited for because I think like being members of the Inquisition is actually really cool personally. But I also recognize that like it's one of those settings that like not really for everyone. Go back to these games, played Arbiter Dark Heresy campaign for a few years, and now I'm kind of like the Arbites in 40k are really cool. The only problem is that I think that like the implementation of the Arbites is always like kind of awkward in the big picture kind of sense. It's never really like you don't want to introduce Arbites for no reason, because the Arbites are generally like meant to be the kind of people that like they're space SWAT, right? And the implementation of Arbite's not a light thing to do. And people generally like are afraid of Arbites. Like in universe, they're afraid of the Arbites. We also need to get a heater back here. This will be 4 prisoners. Okay. I think we've lit the place up a fair bit. Let's go ahead. I don't know. I think we're fine as is. Just kind of waiting for... God, I wish... Do I want War Void to continue? No, I don't. I don't want War Void to continue. I want Nat to be the researcher, because Nat will actually get better at researching. War Void, what can you do? I guess is the question. You can be, yeah, like you can cook. Cooking's fine. Doctoring's fine, but like, you're like honestly, it's kind of disappointing that you have that like no skill gain, because it means that like you're never gonna get better at anything that you do. I have you prioritize cleaning at that point then, because like having you do anything else is kind of pointless. There's a 4.5% chance they romance each other. That's great. What about the other way around? That's 12% chance if Nat tries it. Liara can't walk. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's understandable. I don't know what I expect. I know what I did. Can you stop drinking all the beer? Have you considered that? Can you stop drinking all the fucking beer? You fucking heathens. Oh my god. What else has been going on this week? Let's see. I'm trying to. Okay, real quick question. Just out of curiosity. Just out of like, we heathening up here? We are heathening. Just out of curiosity. Has anyone else been getting like a shit ton, and I mean a metric shit ton, of like Phineas and Ferb shorts on their feed? Just out of curiosity. Has anyone else been like continuously fed Phineas and Ferb content? Yes? Okay. Why? Why are we getting fed Phineas? Because it got a new season? Really? When? Well, news came out, the check to Google clear. The check to Google clear. Like 2 weeks ago? Calling cap on that. That's a bunch of malarkey. That's a lie. I think I'm being lied to right now. Is there anywhere I can put this where it'll fit? Can we make this fit? The parry has returned. What? Okay, I'm not saying... I think, okay, unironically, I think Phineas and Ferb is, like, I'm not, and I sound like I'm complaining. I'm not. I think Phineas and Ferb is one of the best child's cartoons that we've had in a very long time. And it's kind of wild to think about that it was out during our, you know, quote unquote, our specific generation, as if all of us here belong to the same generation. Let me reposition that turret there. Is there pollution there? There's a little bit of pollution, but not enough. We do have some pollution, and I kind of want to get rid of it if we can. Like, just out of our base, primarily. Stop you down there. Like, I think, personally, it's the humor of Phineas and Ferb that makes it so funny. Oh, we actually need more gas. That's unfortunate. Okay. Cargo pods apparel. Yep, I'm sure. We'll have this going just to like get some pollution out of our base. I don't really care about the outside world. We're not gonna try to Captain Planet, you know, Green Earth this shit and clean up all the world's pollution, but we are gonna get the pollution out of our base at the bare minimum. What was I gonna say? I think it's the humor of like Phineas and Ferb, because it is generally like a show made with passion, and it's very much clear that it was made with passion. It's funny, it's witty, it's appropriate for everyone. They don't try to like be too serious with what they're doing. They do I think the subplot with like Perry and Doofenshmirtz is the real part of the show. If we're all gonna not lie to ourselves here. Skill tile. I think most people watch Phineas and Ferb for the B plot with Doofenshmirtz and Perry. That being said, I think that the okay, hold on. If I were to do something like this. This work out? There we go. Sleep accelerators. Your timing is impeccable. Your timing is impeccable, and I mean completely impeccable. I saw a short with the director dude outrage said Perry Doof was secretly always the A plot. I mean it should be though. Like unironically, it should be the funniest shit in the world. But no, I think people enjoyed like the Doof Perry like dynamic way more than like almost every other aspect of the show. Like most of the time, I really don't care about what's going on between Phineas and Ferb themselves, because whatever they're doing is generally just really stupid. So I think an animator that worked for it completely understood the mindset behind the good. That's how you know the show is like actually being taken care of by people who know what they're doing. What is your problem? Why are you having a major break risk? What is that? What's your problem? Recreation unfulfilled. Okay, then fulfill your recreation. We have plenty of games. We have plenty of stuff to do. You're not that bored, I promise. Disturbing vision. We could do... Liari had a disturbing vision, yeah? I mean, I imagine in Brain Death you would have a disturbing vision. Oh, these are frozen. They won't dissolve. That's neat. Helpful, actually. Kind of fixing this place up one little tile at a time. Kind of just doing a patchwork job right now, trying to get all this, like, flooring redone here. How do you heal from brain death? We need a mech healer serum, which we can only get through traders. So once we open up the doors, that's gonna be one of our priorities, is getting Liari back into consciousness. It's gonna take a while though. It's not something we're gonna be able to do like just right out the gate. We're running low on steel, which is why I'm going to continue wasting it on tiles. But we do need to consider like how we're going to. Actually, I can just yeet my toxic waste, can't I? I can just throw away my toxic waste. That works amazing. Payment unavailable. And what can we like load this, please? Thank you. We can just send that away, and it's not our problem anymore. That's such beauty. I love that, honestly. That we can just throw away our toxic waste. We can just send it into the stratosphere and it's not our problem anymore. Oh my god. Are we cooking or are we cooking? I think we're cooking. Acidic smog has begun to pollute the area. We'll simply take the waste. We'll simply take the waste and push it somewhere else. Future Bard will be able to deal with the police. Exactly. For the rest of the room to deal. Honestly, I'm not against it. I'm not against the idea of just continuously to slingshot. So what this is, Often found in ancient vaults, supply slingshots and a complex mechanism that catapults a supply crate across huge distances. It's programmed to send the crates to nearby occupied vaults. These slingshots are often used by ancient soldiers to share resources they don't need with other complexes. So, we just throw away our, like, yeah, it's free, clean power. Yeah, it's just a gravity slingshot. And I'm okay with that. I am a-okay with that. We are growing some cotton and cloth and all that. Ideology-wise, I would like to get the ideogram of the trader built. And then we'll get some kneel pillows put down. That way we can get our roles fulfilled. Or Void, what's your problem? And what are you doing? Recreation deprived? Then fucking do something about it. Why are you complaining to me? Go do something about it. You're not being forced to do any work. This is literally on you. You are choosing to not do anything fun. Alright. Schedule. Recreation. I am mandating 3 hours of fun per day. Because I can't trust you guys to do it yourselves. Also need like another heater. I think we're not, but we also don't have any components left to make heaters. So, yeah. Hi Darius, how are you? This is why you guys have been getting drunk, is because you just are substituting doing anything fun with getting drunk. Of course you are. Role change. Mind reader will be, who's better at social? You're a 0, okay, you're both socially inept. Love that. At least Nat will be better at, like, get better at being social, not socially inept. War Void is just always going to be socially inept, and there ain't shit that can be done about it. I want a head wrap for this? Okay, sure. I don't know if we can make that. Probably need components. We don't need ancient coolers, I'm not gonna lie to you. All they do is chill the air, so we'll just deconstruct those. Oh, Christ. Tired and by my best judgment awake, understandably so. Alright, so we have a Nat now who can summon a trade caravan to us at will. We don't get to pick the kind of trade caravan, but we can summon a trade caravan. You just received a wideband warning of massive ongoing debris cascading with the planet's local orbit. Likely set in motion years ago by a freak impact event, the cascade has just recently reached critical mass. Now thousands of years worth of derelict satellites and spacecraft are coming home to roost. All shuttle travel has been rendered impossible until the cascade terminates and atmospheric friction cleans up the primary transit zones. The warning says it should take anywhere from a season to over a year. If you're lucky, it will end sooner than predicted. We're gonna have War Void crack open the big door out of here, so that we can actually greet these traders, because we do need supplies. Can someone... Can you feed Liari War Void, please? Thank you. How you doing? You're doing alright. Okay. So, we're slowly getting put together. We've cleared out a lot of the garbage from around here. we're growing wood, we're growing cloth, and we're growing some food. We're taking care of ourselves in a step-by-step basis. We're about halfway, a little over halfway, to getting microelectronics so that we can start doing spaceport shenanigans. And overall, I think we're making fair enough progress for the amount of time that we put in. It's only been an hour. It's only been an hour, so. I wonder how to put it. I've always kind of wondered, right? Like, in this case of like a apocalyptic scenario, right? Very clearly, we're in an apocalyptic scenario, and I'm gonna put it like, I'm gonna ask you guys this. Let's say there was like a Fallout, Fallout New Vegas 4, 3, that kind of era of apocalypse, right? If you yourself, as you are right now, were transported to the main timeline of that game, so about 200 years after the bombs fell, how well do you think you would live, if at all? Do you think you'd survive? Do you think you'd be able to make it a week or two? Or do you think you'd just give up and die, like, in the first 3 days? Because I would like to believe that I wouldn't be completely useless. I would like to believe that information. Also, I probably shouldn't have moved that just yet. I kind of need to get the rest of this pollution out of the prison cell. Which game? We'll say New Vegas. Like, transported as in I'm currently in... Yeah, as you are currently into the future. Hi, Julie. How are you? Like, you yourself are just ripped out of your chair right now and dropped as you are. All the knowledge, all the skills, perfect health. Waking up and I'm unhappy about it. Understandable, but good morning. It's always a pleasure to greet you in the morning. Perfect health, perfect health. So I'll say whatever like chronic illness that you have is not applicable for this scenario. Or Void, what's your problem? You're recreation deprived. You're in darkness. Understandable. Okay, how does that play into ADHD and autism? I would say that they are mental health issues. However, they're not explicitly a disability. Explicitly. Like, as in, there is nothing... Like, there are, like, it's one of those things that, like, it negatively affects your day-to-day, but they do have, like, it does help in some scenarios. As when just perfect health dropped in New Vegas, I'd be fine. Not happy about it, but I'd be fine. Understandable. Hi, Asmodeus. Welcome on in. I think, it's one of those things that, like... I think that's... God, okay. I don't want to turn this into a mental health conversation, right? Because I'm not a mental health expert. And I speak purely from personal experience, right? I think that that's a whole conversation, though, on, like, what explicitly is a disability and what is just a changed in mindset, right? Because, a lot of, like, as much as the joke is kind of made, right? Much to possible the offense of others, there is the, like, the quote-unquote stereotype of, like, people with autism being particularly skilled in, like, very specific things because they're able to simply, like, lock in, focus, and, like, really dig deep into that, right? And I think, like being able to just kind of like fixate on a skill set is actually really good. Abilities measure a function, not diagnostics. Exactly, right? So I think right now, if your ADHD or autism or any other mental health issues that you currently suffer from are not explicitly labeled as a disability, or you do not believe it makes you disabled, then I would say they probably would remain within this like made-up scenario. Is how I would put it. Hi Mew, how you doing? What is your problem? Why are you always upset? Because you flirted with a Nat and you got rejected? Yeah, I would feel bad too. Go open the door. No, don't walk away until you're done opening that door. I swear to God, I better not see you talking to another person until you finish opening that door. Bustle, like, nope, you're just you. With age, you were once who traveled far and wide in days, so Julie might just walk far enough to find one of the few nice places to live, like Jamestown or the Super Village is called. Okay, Jamestown is nice to live if you're a super mutant. It is not nice to live if you're not a super mutant. That's a key thing to keep in mind. Alrighty. This is our world. Now that we're outside, we can take a look at the world beyond. Hold on, let me turn off the pollution overlay. Ain't a whole lot out here, is there? There's a dead Arctic lion. What did it die from? Tox buildup and malnutrition. Love that for it. We could get mechanoids. There's a point defense turret that we can make use of. Thankfully, I did save enough steel for some doors. And Warvoid's getting drunk, of course. Oh, sorry. What I meant by that is when he's on an alcohol binge, what it really means is that he's gonna go walk around outside and possibly die of hypothermia. We'll seal off as much as we can from the outside. And then we're gonna run a power cable from here to here, and that should allow us to connect to the point defense turret, and then that will keep us defended at the very least, or it should. But I don't know. I think whenever you're talking about like mental health, right? It's one of those hard things where you don't want to, like, say some dumb shit to accidentally offend people. We have the plague. I love that for us. And the only guy who's a doctor is currently getting wasted right now. I love that. Nat was smart enough and went straight to the med bay, so that they're at least resting while dealing with it. And now I just need Warvoid to stop being fucking stupid. Also, he was the only one who could feed Leah, so Leah's gonna be suffering from malnutrition until he snaps out of it. Oh, Warvoid. Oh, you dumb sack of shit. Again, at least we have the point defense turret to keep us safe, so if anyone does, like, try to raid us, we'll be fine. It's still massively unknown, largely. It still is. Yeah, it's still a bit rough. But I think it's always interesting to talk about, like, how mental health may have affected people in ye old and forgotten days. I think that is generally, like, one of those topics that I would like to know more about, honestly. Because a lot of things that, you know, we may, like, make fun of, or, you know, we like, oh, well, I would have been so good at, you know, XYZ, right? It's one of those things that, like, you don't really like know how to deal with. Okay, first of all, tend to yourself because you're losing that battle quickly. Then tend to Nat. Then feed Leah. And now rest. Well, hopefully you'll recover quickly enough. Do its thing. It's like watching one of the sitcoms where there's only one actually common person in the main cast. Yep. Okay, we are recovering on that front. Nat, you're the broker. Of course, the guy who has the ability to preach health can't preach health to himself. Of course. Of course. Oh, we do have a component at least. So that could probably be turned into a heater. I think I'll slap down like a heater here. It'd be hard to say for me to determine because I'm surprisingly adaptable. My ADHD has been eating my life recently, but it's, in the past been time to just do what needs to be done. Yeah, I think that's one of the fucked up things is ADHD and other mental illnesses like on that same kind of like chart are incredibly debilitating. And I'm not even joking. Like they're so incredibly debilitating. But at the same time, they allow certain mindsets that like I've talked to other people about, and they say, I don't know how you manage to like think about that. Because I'm undiagnosed. I know something is wrong, right? Like I know my symptoms, I don't know the cause, if that makes sense. But there's a lot that makes it very difficult to how to put it. It makes it very difficult to exist in the day-to-day. But when an Arctic lion is stalking my colonists, colonists are drafted and alert, and I'll detect it. I mean, yeah, we'll just don't go outside then. Like, drug. We have thrombos out here. Is interesting. Oh, you're just conked out completely, aren't you? Good job, dumbass. Alright, bye, Warvoid. It's nice knowing you. Homie just fucking died on us. Nat is incapable of being a doctor, so I super apologize for doing stuff. No, it's not. No, you're fine. It's an interesting conversation to have. Like and also we're not debating anything. It is I appreciate you are fine. If I did not feel comfortable with the conversation, man, why you got that Riz eyes though? Why? I don't know. Can you tell me why? Perchance? Just out of curiosity? Anyways. Hi, Joji. Welcome on in. Hope you're having an amazing day today. I'm waiting to... You got 30 seconds to give me a reason I should follow you. I got a fat dragon coming. Of course. Hi, Pope. The big thing. Nat is in a daze. The Ari is dead. Warvoid's dead. All right, I think unless we're done with this run. I think this run has failed already. So I think we're gonna back on out, and we're gonna give this. Actually, no, we're not gonna. We can probably just go back to a previous save. I think. It all started. It started going wrong when we got ill. I think so. Let me just walk this back real quick. But when we're talking about like mental health, it's a tough thing. It's a rough thing to like try to like properly discuss. because it is a very sensitive topic. It is something that you don't want to accidentally be spreading misinformation on. It's not something that you want to be stereotypical with. And so I think that, and that's the main reason why I try to stray away from it, other than talking about personal experiences, because it doesn't permit a lot of leeway, especially within like the modern socio field that we kind of like live in, where a lot of like misspeaking is like one of the greatest sins you can commit. So I think that it's something that I would like to talk more about. I just tend to avoid doing so, partly because it's the same reason why like I don't talk about like my personal politics all too often, is because there's too much of a chance that I will probably be misconstrued in what I'm saying, and end up like upsetting people rather than trying to help them or help explain something, right? So I think overall that the concept of like, you know, how did mental health affect people like way back when, for example, right? Like the idea of not knowing what allergies were, and then you send your buddy to go harvest some peanuts and he fucking chokes up and dies, and you just like, well, now it's the devil, not much can be done about it. You know, like what do you, how do you deal with that, right? Those have always been like kind of just interesting topics to me, and something that I would love to sit down and talk to someone about, but I don't know anyone who I think would be like highly educated in that specific category. You know what I mean? Because it is a very hyper specific category of like mental health history that I feel like has not fully been explored at any one point. I'm gonna move these turrets outside. And that should keep us relatively safe. Between these 4 turrets and the point defense turret, we should be safe. Look at all this pollution. I can't wait to contribute. But anyways, also, we have a nice little landing pad here that we can use. We actually probably should, once this is cleared up down here, once we get the inside of our vault all, like, nice and tidy, we should probably look into getting, at least this a little bit cleaned up. Yeah, we should be safe with this coverage here. At least for a time. What else has been going on? It's gonna be a day. We've had some more people filter in, so I do wanna kind of go over what the plan is for this week. So today we're doing RimWorld, and then later today, once we wrap up, I'm gonna go refill my coffee, I'm gonna eat a little something, and then we'll be doing Red Dragon Inn with Liari, with Jocat, with Somersault, with Cinephon, and with Jetman J. Then tomorrow, I'll be doing XCOM. We're gonna be doing some XCOM shenanigans, and then we're going to be doing Hunt with our dearest Dania later that night. Friday, we're gonna be trying out War Torn, which is a game that I was very sweetly given a key from by the developers. And then finally, Saturday, I'll be doing Dead by Daylight most likely, because I want to get a little bit of practice in for the Dead by Daylight tournament that I'm going to be a part of next week. And I want to make sure that I'm brushed up, that I'm not so rusty, that I'm able to really get into where I need to be. You know, I don't want to walk in looking like an utter fool. I would never want to do that. There's a lot going on this week. This week's gonna be very fun. I did finally start working on the next long form RimWorld video. I got about 9 hours worth of footage compressed into about 45 minutes. And by the time my editing is done, it should be closer to about 20 minutes worth of footage. And I wonder, do I have the ability to make one right now? No, I mean, we could probably make a Dunketter's table. We are being raided, which that's to be expected at this fucking point. Group of pirates from Yolanda's monsters have arrived. They're gonna prepare a while to attack. Alright. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 raiders. One has EMP grenades, another has a bolt-action rifle, and the rest I really don't care about. Nat should be able to grab this charge rifle and fuck them up pretty handedly, I'm not gonna lie. God, it's getting so fucking cold in here. I mean, it's like, it's permanent winter, yeah, but like, god damn it, it's cold here. Probably need get a heater built. Bills, what stone are we working with? Limestone? I have you craft. Actually, this is what I'll do. I'll have you tailor, you craft. Because most crafts don't have like a really, like that big of a, like, priority. From the makers of Permafrost, Permawinter. Unironically. I think... What's your... Okay, so they're not suffering from hypothermia, but they are suffering from tox buildup. Some of them are... You're suffering from hypothermia. You're fine. Surprisingly. You have hypothermia. You have Oh, you have serious hypothermia. Good. Fuck you. Get him. There's one down. Could have not killed that guy. That's what you could have done. I would like to capture someone, if I'm being honest. You're dead. I love how I want to capture someone, but the fucking we can like chase you down a little bit. Okay, well, if you had not killed them, that would have been even better. I just want you to kind of like take a little bit enough damage that you bleed out. Odds are. Come on, just hold on, just wait. Just wait. Come on! Hey, we got someone. You're really good at mining and construction, but not much else. But so we'll figure something out for you. Yeah, the turret fucking headshot 2 of them, obliterated them for no reason. Absolutely cruel and unusual. Almost forgot that. You can't forget that. I think we'll do something like... It's meant to be yes or no answers, Riz. I apologize. Please be nice to the Magic 8 Bard. The Magic 8 Bard. The fact that both of them kept going after being yeah. So let's take a look here. You had your legs shot off. You've been you had your nose heavily shot. You had your torso obliterated. Like, you don't have a torso anymore. You also don't have a torso anymore. You I think you just died to spinal damage. You got shot in the heart. Nat shot you directly through our chat before an interview in an hour, so lurk away. Enjoy your lurk, enjoy your time, Darius. Take care, rest well, our beautiful prince. What was I doing? Right, I wanted to get a... Can I get a 3-wide door? Yeah. Shot through the heart, but you're to blame. You give love a bad name. Bow down, bada bada down down. Hi Myth, how are you? Where I go? Have fun, chat. Oh no, what is he doing? We'll convert you. Ah, band practice. Understandably so. Terrible. Absolutely awful. Cruel and unusual, some might say. You're all terrible people. I hope you know this. I'm just letting you, I just feel like I should communicate that you're actually awful and you have no respect for me whatsoever. And it's very clear that you don't have respect for me. Doing good. I'd ask how you are, but I think the answer's obvious. I'm existing at this point. I feel like I'm just here to be bullied and harassed. I feel like I could get up and walk away and y'all wouldn't even know. I feel like I could just let this be the view. Let me just turn this off. Let me just well, hold on. Let me try something real quick. I could probably just do something like probably do something just like this. And who would notice? Who would notice, really? Frog would notice. Just out of curiosity, I was wondering who would notice. I don't think anyone did. But anyways, Wanderer joins Hayden. A research scientist named Hayden has arrived to join the colony. She's willing to contribute, but will not leave voluntarily, claiming to have nowhere else to go. Alright. Hi, Hayden. But that's not your real name. We all know that's not your real name. But your real name, Hayden, is Healin. Congrats to Healin. And again, in case you were wondering, subscribers to the channel do get put on a wheel at the beginning of every month. So whenever I need to randomize a name for a colonist or for a character, we do have that pulled up at all times. If you want to say anything, to see if anyone else would point out. Of course, I'm sure. I don't know, like, it's one of those things that I wish I was kind of about better with. I've noticed a lot more with streaming how confident some people are to just get up and walk away from their stream and, like, pretend that nothing's wrong. Oh! Hayden already believes in Shaft of Trading. That's good. That means we don't have to convert them. They're also a melee specialist, which is kinda handy. You can go get that bioferrite mace, I think. We're being raided by the Miasma Partners. I feel like that's the Waster Club, isn't it? Yep, it's the Waster Club. So the talks doesn't mean anything. Ah! Yes, we're in ad hell, and you will suffer. If only you subscribed. If only. If only you had the bravery to subscribe to my channel. I'll wait for the ads to be done before we do this raid. Like, and I don't even mean like the, how to put it. I don't even necessarily mean like the, I'm trying to think of like how to phrase it. I don't necessarily mean like the words on stream or any of the other like, hey, we have a 3-minute ad break. I'm gonna step on up and, you know, go get a snack, have some words on stream real quick. I mean, you know what? Hold on, guys. I'll be back in a second. I'm just gonna... You know, that kind of stuff. Except they're gone for like 5-10 minutes at a time. There's a Wormworld streamer I like to watch. I think he's really cool and he's really funny. But motherfucker will just get up and leave for like 15 minutes at a time. And he pauses the game. He doesn't do anything like to like, you know, mind the stream. He just gets up and leaves for like whole blocks of a stream. And I'm like, brother, I want to watch you, but I don't know when you're actually live. I got a box of cookies while doing that bit, though. Cookie. Hmm. Waiting on the ad to be done, and then we'll continue. Bye, Wiz! But I think what's really, not how to put it. Like I'm trying to find the words to explain what I'm talking about. I feel like when you're live, right, you have a certain obligation to try to be talkative, if that's your thing, right? Not to bash any like mute art streamers or anything like that, but I think if your main thing is that you're trying to sell your personality, and half the time you're not even at your own channel, like you're up and about doing like literally anything else, I think it's just a wee bit irresponsible, and I think people should be doing better in that regard. Also, we have these raiders coming in. I think we're gonna watch them get fucking mowed down by turrets in just a second. Namely, this point defense turret, which is probably gonna fuck them all up, but... Actually, Healing has... Oh yeah, if Healing has the double range on the rifle. Get him! Yeah, now you want to run, huh? Oh, we got another one. Who are you? You're also good at mining. I don't really want you. Guess you're gonna sit on a lay out there and bleed in the snow then. again, I think you have a responsibility. I think you have an obligation, and I feel like it's generally like, I don't know, to me distasteful. And there is the whole thing of like, stream the way you want to stream, stream however you want to stream what is best for you. Like, I'm not saying that, but I am saying that I think a lot of people take a little too much leniency, or they take for granted a lot of the like courtesy that they are given. That streaming, while may not be like physically taxing, it is mentally taxing, but it's still like, if you want this to be a job, then it is going to be taxing, it is going to be tiring, it is going to be exhausting, right? And I don't think anyone's going to necessarily feel bad. I think I mean, to say I shouldn't have 15-minute breaks where I play puppy videos on YouTube, I don't think so, personally speaking. I think that that is generally just not good, right? To put it in the most lamest way possible. I think that to be content with, also, can we get a fucking trade caravan? Healing has hypothermia. I love that for Healing. Healing could be doing a lot of things to not have hypothermia, but Healing is choosing to have hypothermia. No, don't. We do not have the Twitch integration. Hello, handsome. Hi, Cyrus. Welcome on in. The big thing is that I don't know. I always feel like I'm kind of just a jackass when it comes to this kind of stuff, because I feel like there's like this weird, whenever I'm explaining these kind of things, I feel like I have this weird egotistical fucking mindset when it comes to like what should and should not be appropriate streaming etiquette, right? And they're always incorrect. Like, it's never correct of me to be thinking these things. Also, do these vault walls like have such, goddamn, they have fucking amazing installation abilities. It's so hard for us to get. The visitors are leaving. They expect more from you? Well, I'm sorry, bud. We're doing our best here. Hey, in case you haven't noticed, we don't got a lot of shit. That's kind of my stance to have, but I always expect. I want to see Twitch as a platform improve. I want to see the space that we operate in get better, and it's hard to like, there's a right or wrong way to do it, but for a lot of people it's your mileage may vary, and some people's standards are higher than others. That's how you direct people with regards to those standards important. I know. And again, there's the whole argument of, you know, you should be able to stream how you want to stream, right? I'm not saying that isn't like the case. What I am saying is that I think there has been a lot of complacency in what is and is not appropriate streaming behavior. And I want to see people like get so much. I want to see people push themselves, right? Like, because what we do is yes, it's for fun. We do it because we enjoy it. We shouldn't be doing it just to suffer. But at the same time, I think that too many people say, you know, hot take, I think streamer etiquette is lacking somewhat. Magical Mard, thank you. Thank you for hitting me with that. Streamer etiquette is lacking, in my honest opinion. And it sucks that I feel that way. Because I feel like how I feel is kind of inappropriate to feel that way. There is etiquette. There is etiquette that should be acknowledged, but I don't feel like it is properly acknowledged. The fucking traders already fuck off. Brother, you just got here. Trade with me, damn it. Oh, Christ. Alright. Okay, we're gonna smelt weapons forever. And we're gonna be smelting anything that is below good, to be honest. Actually, below normal. Oh, it's faster. Oh, no, we need to smelt weapons. Forever. That are... normal blow. I want to stay there. Okay, well, maybe give me a little bit of a chance, right? Like, there are people who I think, and again, I'll always say this. I think they take advantage of how much you see streamers get in the modern day, or like how much we've been pushing for people to be able to kind of just do what they want. We had it, fuck, even with like back in, what was it? Of course, solar flare. Of course, we get a fucking solar flare. Why would we not get a solar flare? Back when there was like the attempted lift of like NSFW content, there were people who you know, like took things way too far, and the main argument against them was like, well, they should be allowed to do what they want to do, you know, as long as it's within TOS, it should be perfectly fine. And like, that's not necessarily wrong, but at the same time, it's also not right either. Sounds like things are heating up. No, they're getting colder because now we don't have fucking electricity. Helan's having terrifying hallucinations. Good job, Helan. You go there and actually like, oh, I can't actually see what's in this area. Interesting. I would like to get door built. I'm not gonna lie to you. We need 62 wood. We have 7 wood, 62. This might give us enough wood. I'm not entirely sure. You will be fine. I assure you, you will be okay. In our base, you will be okay. But with like the streamer culture of how things have been, it's just a lot of I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it in a way that doesn't sound like incredibly terrible, because it's more of an emotional thing than a logical thing, right? I feel like just streamers in general take a huge advantage of the fact that they have a lot of popularity, a lot of like ability to just kind of do what they want, and very few people are going to tell them no. And I mean, like, very, very few people are going to actually tell them no. Okay, hopefully this, like, extra layer helps the weather a little bit. Okay, yeah. It's heating up a little bit more now that we're, like, compressing temperature a little bit more. That's good. We're kind of warming it up a little bit. If I could get this built. Okay, that's still delivering. Need more steel. Fuck. We can delete these chairs. We don't need... That's uranium, actually. We'll keep the uranium chest table. And now you have to be engaged to do something, and they're not, like, maybe not. They're thinking, like, nah, nothing bad will happen to me. I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's more... God, how do you even, like, phrase this? How do you even, like, phrase this? I think it's a lot of... Because I'm not even necessarily talking about, like, purely the people who, like, push TOS to their limit, and who... okay, for example, recently, and I'm gonna talk about this for a while, like, I wanna, like, okay. I'm covering, okay, I need to focus in, because I'm talking about two different topics at the exact same time, and it's fucking up my train of thought. There's streamers who push TOS too hard, too fast, and too far, and then get mad when they suffer the repercussions of such. And then there are streamers who are within TOS, but they take advantage of their community's trust in them. Keelan is a traitor. Turns out to be an enemy from the loyal company. Alright. That's neat. Sorry, Healing, I guess. Anyways. And, okay, anyways. Sure, I guess, whatever. Okay, we're getting into above freezing temperatures in the main areas now. I need one more heater, and then I think we'll be good. But space battle, that's actually good for us, unironically. Who is all the way out here? Oh, it's him smelting slag. Okay, cool. That's actually good for us, because that's a lot of free metal that's coming to crash down. But when it comes, okay, I'm going to talk about the streamers who like push TOS a little bit more, because it's a topic that is more relevant in recent times. There was so for those who don't know, right, there is rules for multi-streaming between Twitch and other platforms. An indebted prisoner, a champion would be placed under your control. That's too rough of a mission, I'm not gonna lie to you. There are rules when it comes to multi-streaming between Twitch and YouTube, right? Some of the rules are, and in case you're ever wondering, you know, this is why, like, I have things set up the way I do. Who are you? We could possibly rescue you. Maybe. Assuming, let's hope Nat doesn't get fucking struck by something. Alright, but we have a lot of materials out here. Who are you? Okay, we can save these people. This is why Twitch can't see YouTube chat, right? Correct. One of the main rules. Okay, well, we tried to save her. The main rules for multi-streaming between Twitch and other platforms are you cannot War Void's in a day. God, War Void, come on, man. Dude, be better. I beg of you. Like, come on. You're gonna pass out from hypothermia, and we're gonna have to go fucking save you in a moment. Nat is going berserk, of course. Of course. Of course. Thankfully, she's going berserk when there's no one around. So, like, I guess that's the best case scenario. Like, she's not gonna beat up the unconscious people, thankfully. So, it'll fade eventually. The main rules are you cannot have any third-party app bring features from other channels to Twitch. You must give Twitch viewers at worst no less experience than other platforms, meaning that you cannot leave people out of content that is available to other platforms. So, for example, oh, hi Warvoid, glad you able to come back in and get caught in Nat's berserk. I thought we were gonna be done with this, but no. Okay, we're gonna reload here. We're having a hard time. I should have to go save people. They clearly were not ready. They clearly do not care about other people. But you can't have. Okay, this is not far back enough. The and you cannot have any notifications from other platforms on your Twitch. So this is why you will often see stuff like or one of the big ones, right, is recently someone got banned for asking TikTok to give donations to their stream, right? There's always been people taking it way too far and causing mass panic. Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry, we're getting there. We're fucking getting there. And recently, Twitch decided to enforce this against a guy who specifically he himself coded a third-party widget to bring YouTube chat and Twitch chat and Kick chat and TikTok chat, whatever chat you wanted, bring all the chats together into one on-screen chat bar that specifically denoted which messages were coming from which platform. And it was like, it wasn't just something on stream, it was something that was visible to, or like wasn't available to just a streamer, it was visible to the entire chat, right? And they regularly flaunted the fact that they did this, knowing the TOS, knowing what the punishments were, and then getting upset when they got banned about it. And I think, personally, as much as I don't like the TOS rulings, right? As much as I don't like the TOS rulings, I think it's the stupidest thing in the world to get upset at a platformer for enforcing the TOS that you are blatantly calling out that you are flaunting. Right? It's like if I started streaming like anime on Twitch and then got mad when animation companies started suing me for copyright. Like, well, what the fuck, man? I was just streaming anime. I did the thing they told me not to do and I got bonked. How could this happen? I think that, yeah, and then now they're calling for the TOS to get rewritten. And it's not going to get rewritten. Because, again, Sorry, I was choking on crumbs. Sorry to disappoint people. But the big thing is that I think, personally, but they never enforce it. Yeah, you program a plugin that is against US. Yeah, they don't enforce these things until their hand is literally forced, right? They have these rulings for when it comes into effect, right? It's the same reason why, like, they could go to the pool and hot tub section of Twitch, right? And just start smacking the shit out of people left, right, and center for all the, like, TOS breaches that they have, right? And they don't do that. Do you know why they don't do that? Because it's become a self-regulated thing where if it's in that category and it's just not everywhere else, you know, advertisers can at the very least mark that location as, you know, not advertiser friendly, and advertisers can stay away, Twitch gets their bits and their subs, and everyone's having a great time. That's how that's just how it is, right? Like, they do let the community self-regulate themselves. They do. But the problem is that every time they, like, anything is given, or anything is, like, said as okay, it becomes a huge issue. So they banned this guy. I'm not taking care of a cougar or a jaguar. I'm sorry, that's not happening. War Void drove Nat to drinking. Understandable. But I think at the end of the day, it's one of those scenarios where if you're actively flaunting the rules, you're not going to be able to just stand on a pillar after you get bonked for breaking said rules and demand the rules be changed because you didn't care that they existed, but now that you're in trouble, you want them changed, right? Like, if they had started with the Sure. Come on in. Hi, Cameron, but that's not your real name. Your real name is... Oh, well, congratulations. Congratulations, Rat. Welcome on in. You're really good at shooting and melee, and not much else. You're also a misandrist and a psychopath. Understandable. Get in the gene tailoring pod. Oh, like the people that tell you all the reasons that they hate you after you tell them they leave. Yeah. And it's... I don't know, it's a lot. It's one of those things that I don't think Twitch is the greatest platform. I will not sit here and dick suck Twitch and ride it to high hell. A psychopathic misandrist. Fantastic. Exactly. And you're incapable of art. Which is not accurate because Rat does really good art, and they also play really fun games. You should go say hi to Rat. But the main thing I'm concerned about is with 43% chance of failure. Let me roll the dice. We'll see how it turns out. But I don't think Twitch is like the worst platform. I don't think it's the best platform. Currently speaking, I think there are a lot of like different variables that need to be considered whenever you're talking about like what is the best or the worst streaming platform. I think as it stands, there really isn't one singular terrible streaming platform, and I am saying this with Kick in mind, because at the very least, Kick does have the highest payout rate of any platform, and if all you care about is money, then it is a good platform to stream on. If all you care about is money. YouTube, I think, has the hardest path to monetization, because YouTube wants to make sure, like, YouTube is the biggest platform, and they also want to make sure that, like, they're not just giving money to, like, bot accounts, or, you know, what is, you know, actually a bot account and not just a guy AI generating everything. I think Twitch has the most community built around it. It is the most accessible to stream on, and it is also most accessible to get monetized on. But with how things are, unless it's so already like deep, Twitch is so old, man. Twitch is an old fucking platform, and unless you really have something special, oh fuck, I don't got that special thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Unless you're really special, it is a lot of work to get to where you need to be. I kind of want to like punch through this wall here just so we have a like little bit of a... Can you feed this guy? I tolerate a Justin TV overlords. I mean Twitch. I think with Twitch, it's so old. It's so run down. It's so out of touch with everything else that it's hard to rationalize encouraging people to start their streaming here unless they... It's old rundown. You know what to expect. You know what platforms there. It's been studied. It's been researched. It's not unstable. It's not an unstable platform to stream on, but it's definitely one that you really, 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 really need to like kind of be community minded with, you know? And I think that with how Twitch is these days, there's not a lot. Okay, but one problem I have with Twitch as far as the recent UI change, I don't hate it. I think, and I'm being entirely honest with like the Twitch UI changes recently, is like people hate it because they've been so accustomed to something that the moment it changes, they don't want to see it. And I think I don't know why the fuck they would change it. I think that's the lowest priority possible on the list of things they could be doing right now. But it is something that they did decide to change. Are you mentally stable enough to go out there? For now, yes. Who can we save? We can save you. I think they're trying to catch up with the others, but it's a lot of work and changes before they get there. Yeah, they want to get better. Because I hate because it uses like 14 different typefaces with no consistency. I get that. That I can get. I just saw a lot of people immediately like fucking cringe whine over the recent like the one that literally just happened yesterday. And I think people don't like it and then removing it. There's stuff that and the one thing that everyone fucking hated, they didn't get rid of, by the way. Bard's name versus Bard's title is, yeah. Like, if you look at the stream name and you look at the stream title, you'll see the typeface complaint that Mythrander has, which is a valid complaint. But the big one... Oh, welcome on Jiang Hong, which is not your real name. It is actually... Virgo Virtuoso. Just slip Comic Sans in somewhere. The one thing the website needs, exactly. I would love traders to come say hi to me. Okay, we finished microelectronics. We need a comms console. Or... yeah, we need a comms console, which needs 120 steel and 4 components. What can I deconstruct to get 4 components? At least we've warmed up most of the place now, so it's not, like, overbearingly hypothermia. I think we need to open up this door, because it's cold as shit in there. Y'all need to calm down. I did not know people were so sensitive to, like, height, to that kind of stuff. I did not know. I feel kind of bad because it doesn't affect me at all. Boo died because of malnutrition. Well, someone should have fucking fed him. Like, I don't... Also, no corpses inside, please. Warvoid had a crisis of belief because he's recreation deprived, because he's choosing... Did I not? Should I keep watching the stream even though Bard's name looks bad? Why does my little bot keep telling people to stop watching my stream? Why does the Magic 8 Bard keep telling people to stop watching me? Does my own channel hate being here? Is that it? Does my channel hate being here? I'm willing to believe that's the case at this point. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm willing to believe that my channel hates being here. And that's kind of insulting to me at the end of the day. I hate my job. I hate my job so much. My job is terrible. This is the worst job I've ever had. I hate being here. I don't want to do this anymore. I think I'm gonna crash out. I think I'm gonna give up. I think I might actually give up at this point. I think this might finally be the day that I just give up. Virgo's on the alcohol binge. Yeah, me too, Virgo. Me too. Nat, what are you doing? Don't worry about these bodies. You not? It is a silence. Fuck. You know what's really fucked up? Slide out far. Smoke spear. The smoke spear. What the fuck does a smoke spear do? What's fucked up? Is that there's a 50-50 chance for positive and negative, statements. Damn, you're so popular that you got a hater? Brother, I got dozens of haters. You don't even know. I got people who hate me for being me. That isn't even a joke. Okay, but I need components. And I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna get them at this point. I guess we're gonna wait for Rat to go through their biomutation. And we'll see if they succeed. If they do succeed, then I guess we'll send them out to go try and, like, get more supplies. Because we can call more traders, but I think they're just gonna leave us every time they get here. But I need components. I really need components right now. We're gonna change to hops, and we're gonna start beer brewing, I guess. Research a main, beer brewing. The alcohol is the only thing keeping us sane at this point, I'm pretty sure. Virgo drunk themselves into unconsciousness. That's fine. Anyways, what was I fucking talking about? I think, okay, what the fuck was I talking about? I had a train of thought. I've lost my train of thought now. I've been absolutely fucked up by my own Magic 8-Ball redeem. What the fuck were we talking about? Someone remind me. Because I don't even know anymore. I cannot, some might say. Right, platform to stream on. I think, Black Egg Binge, War Void, great, love that, awesome. Talking about streaming platforms and how Twitch is jank familiar. Twitch has a community that is very... New character skills, right, thank you. I think Twitch has a community that is very supportive. If you're a Goblin VTuber, you will get attention from other Goblin VTubers. If you're a Dragon VTuber, you can go join the Dragon Council. If you are really hot and you know how to be hot, you will naturally get attention. Like these are things that just kind of happen that are not bad. They're not terrible. Like they're not negative. But it does mean that if you have a niche, a solid brand, and you are able to like connect with other creators in that same category, you will naturally... Virgo is collapsed. Nat is the only one who can rescue them. Can we get to Virgo in time, or will they die? And our herder has arrived. They're gonna leave immediately, aren't they? Yep, they fucking turned right around. They didn't even give me a chance to trade with them. Fuck you guys. Nat's having a psychic bit. We're gonna start again. We're gonna clean slate this shit. We're starting again. Sealed vault. This has just been awful the entire time. It's just been awful this entire time. We're just gonna run this shit back. Maybe a space truck on a tropical paradise. Maybe that's what we need. Oh my god, that was awful. That was terrible. That was a warm-up, no pun intended. No, I think the pun was very much intended. Fuck. Where do we even want to go at this point? Let's go to... I don't know, Chief. Go, like, right along the equator. And we'll do, like, an extreme desert. I'm okay with doing extreme desert. That's not terrible. Fixed ideology. Do any of these fit what I'm looking for, like, naturally? Not really. Great custom, archist, individualist, trader, transhumanist, tunneler lifestyle. The wealthy bunker works for acceptable organ harvesting. Let's get very fast research because I just got kind of tired of waiting. Everything else is fine. We do not need a mining specialist. Yep. That's mood boost. I would like to have random recruit, please. Thank you. Relics, Ultra Tech. Sounds good. Alright. Send it. And our first colonist, we do need someone with good science skills, so we'll take... We'll take you. Psychopath, body... nope, that's not gonna work. Nope. That works, sure. And your name is... What be thy name? Legend, congratulations. Oh my god. How that fucking colony was a nightmare. I hated every moment of that. That was terrible. Who the hell told me to do that? Who gave me permission to fucking play this video game? Alright, let's try this again. Welcome on in. How you been? How's life treating you? Alright. Let's try this out. How to load into a new nightmare colony. I know, right? I'm so excited. First things first, we gotta find the pods that have our buddies in it. And I think I know where they are in this layout. I think it's up here. Galoony! Hey, Gil, how you been? Steve, his name is Steve. No, Cyrus. His name is not Steve. Christ, man, that colony was a nightmare. Everything was just going wrong all the time, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Why can't I just have a normal colony full of normal people? Good, how's RimWorld? Well, we just had a colony fail because everyone was getting drunk and hypothermia. It was not working out, so we were running it back. Oh, I'm glad we start with an ancient heater this time in the fucking desert. I've been lurking, now I get to watch Rimworld Colony from the start. Exactly. Well, not the start, because it's an ancient vault start, but, you know. And you drag me into the next one. I know, right? You're so welcome, honestly. Construction, smithing, tailoring, crafting. Okay, cool. And now we go up here. Alright, we got 4 people to free, so let's see who we got. I need at least 2 people before I let you go, so you're gonna sit here and you're gonna do their fucking... Get someone else out here, just so we can get progress on the way. 71% normal hacking speed at... You do get intellectual skill from doing this. You're a jogger, you're beautiful, you're greedy. That's not terrible. I have to read the patch notes. I have very low idea what I'm looking at. So, this is still patch 1.5. This is Vanilla Expanded Ancients. The Ancients start pack is pretty much, you know, the ancient dangers that you spawn in. You're pretty much that, except a more advanced version of that. And so you start the game with this like rundown facility full of old tech that can't be, and Legends and Days, because I asked for him to do a little bit too much work. He'll be fine though. But the big thing is that you start off with this high colony wealth, and you're meant to have a small colony of elite colonists with high technology. That's generally what you're pursuing when you're doing this. Get rid of these. We can get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of these. And those. These can get deconstructed. These can get deconstructed. We have plenty of components this time. Yeah, you're like a Fallout vault, entering out into the Rim. And I think it's a very interesting way to play the game. Because you are like, if you're really bored of like the generic start for RimWorld, and you kind of just want to get into it, it does give you like a ancient workshop or ancient cook station that pretty much does everything you could want all in one, theoretically speaking. And it gives you access to like genetic mutations, it gives you chem fuel generation, you know, it gives you a bunch of stuff. I kind of liked the other vault layout more, personally, just because it gives you, like, this is also why I wanted someone else, like, available, but... but it gives you some, like, flexibility in just how things go. You're encouraged to go find other vaults and loot them for their high-tech goods and whatnot. Alright, Legend, snap out of it. It's been like almost 24 hours. You'll be fine. I just need to fucking wake up from your little days here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Legend. Wake up. Fucking wake up, bud. I know you can do it. I know you can just wake up for like just 1 second. Get out of your daze, buddy. Yeah, I know it's dark. Yeah, I know you hurt. Yeah, I know you're recreation deprived. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Wouldn't it be so much better if you just did what I fucking told you? And, you know, maybe we'd be able to make some progress? No? You wanna walk in this room now? Oh, that's understandable. This room has light, so it's not dark anymore. Yeah, you're getting hungry now, aren't you? You might want to eat something before you know, fucking starve to death, huh? There you go. Alright, finish that real quick. Welcome, Ash, or as you're more recently known as... Miff, welcome on to the colony. Miff Jori. Alrighty. Miff Jori has joined the colony. Miff is good at cooking, decent at construction. Actually, they're pretty decent at everything except animals, which I'm rather okay with. Dietitian. Yes. We'll have you focus on construction work, just because it's something to do. Have you chill the fuck out for a bit. We'll get a steel horseshoe pin. Oh my god, I want my people to just thrive and live a nice and comfortable life, but my god, they don't want to do what I tell them half the time. Yeah, play some foosball. You feel better when you play some foosball. Okay, now eat. Confirm that I won't have to deal with the people on my ship tonight. Congratulations. Alright, now go hack open this door. Once Miff wakes up, we'll have them hack open the next cryo casket. Oh, okay. But this is already going a little bit better, just because we have two people who are not trying to go insane right out the gate. Bedding is gonna be a little awkward. I think I might turn this area here into like a bedroom kind of situation. I'm not sure how though. Like I could do something like room here. We can reinstall this so that it would be like a room here, and then room here, room here. Yeah, that would give 4 bedrooms, and then we could put a little cabinet here, or we could like do something like and then go up and across. Okay. Kind of like just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get bedrooms made. That was another thing that was upsetting them last time, is that they just fucking hated being around each other. Alright, hydroponics, cool. And a cooking station, we have that at least. Drifters calling for aid. They're begging for medicine. I ain't answering the door right now, sorry. Alright, head over here. And we have our vault, which has marine armor, assault rifle, and an ancient cooler. So we do have some way of keeping cool, at the very least. I'm gonna keep these doors open just to like try to get the temperature equalized throughout the area. Okay. But at the very least, we found our food supply. We found our locker room, military rations, all that good stuff. Again, just kind of clearing out all the garbage that we don't need. We do need some way of producing chem fuel, because we do have a chem fuel generator, but it is not going to last forever. Unlike the last one, we have not yet found a like eternal chem production system. Which does mean that we need to find a way to make more. let's not worry about that right now. Get to hacking open this next door. And you, once you've enjoyed your sleep, will hack open. Okay. Get this coffin open. Let's see who's in there. Oh my god. Alright. Let me take a look at something just real quick. Oh, so I've been thinking a little bit about it in the Discord, by the way. Which you're not, if you're not in the Discord and you want to stay on top of what I'm doing and all that lovely jazz, you can do a little bit of action. Then you can, join the Discord when I'm going live and all that jazz. But in the Discord, the poll finished the other day. And it was voted that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be the next, crowd control game that we do. And I'll do one session with that, maybe more, with all crowd control costs set to 1. What's likely going to happen is I'm going to get through the non-Lloyd off-screen, because I think, and then have a save game. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get through the non-Lloyd off-screen, and just so y'all don't have to worry about it. And then we'll go from there. Also, welcome, Geneve, or as you're now going to be known as, Solve. Mainly because I want to make sure that it works, 1. B, I think it'd be kind of boring if we were stuck on the Nautiloid for the entire time. So I want to make sure that, when we get through it... Ooh, 12 melee and roll? Yes. Space truckers. Fill her up. We'll just keep that naming scheme. Alright, Legend, go hack this door. We don't need food right now. Don't worry about it too much. Solve, you are very upset. Brawler has a ranged weapon. That would do it. Go ahead and drop that. You're also complaining that it's dark. Fix that. We can turn off this turret. I think whatever's going on... I think we're running on solar, because whenever it gets to nighttime is when the power starts running out. So I think we need to get outside relatively soon and fix our solar array, because that's probably where all the issues are coming up from. Okay. We unfortunately don't have a melee weapon for them, so I'm not too jazzed about the 12 melee and brawler, but I think we'll make it work at some point. Salve, are you calming down? Yeah, slowly. We also need to get a light in this room, because we were going to be upset about that as well. Alright, we found the genome stabilizer. We got ancient operating tables, which can get scrapped because they don't do anything for us. All this is garbage. The mucus inducer. Whilst gene tailor works with altering genes as a whole, some scientists managed to create a workaround instead by creating small isolated environments. Thus, the machine is assigned to certain portions in the form of stabilized mucus that's completely non-reactive and doesn't cause rejection, becoming a permanent part of their genome. An add-on to the gene tailoring pod, this device needs to be placed in the clock spray line to unlock addition of over the limit of 3. Okay, so that gives us the access to have more genomes. Once Legend has calmed the fuck down, we'll send him to unlock the next door. Meanwhile, we need to start getting some research underway. feel like there's a power disconnect around here. Yeah, there is. So we'll run. Solvay's having a little bit of a time. Only a little bit of a time though. Get rid of these. Reconnect. Oh no, we're just out of power, aren't we? Yeah. Makes sense. All right, Legend, what's your problem? Why are you so upset? You're greedy, you're hungry. Go fucking eat something if you're hungry. Don't make this a situation where you're like getting upset due to situations that you could easily avoid if you just chose to not be involved with them. All right, go get this done. Research wise, we need to get microelectronics underway. Okay. There isn't really much to be done right now. Solvay can start opening this coffin. Or not. Or I guess they don't want to. Understandable. What powers do we have? So, Solvay has genius intellect. Alright, never mind. They are going to be the designated researcher. Stop everything that you're doing right now, Myth. That is now Solvay's job. And hallucinations. They enter silent mental breaks, seeing things where they'll walk around, potentially pulling out a weapon and firing it once or twice. It only lasts for a little bit and will not produce a letter announcing when it happens. Understandables. Myth has a promising candidate. Chances of continued experimentations are always reduced to 0. Okay. Alright. Interesting. Alright, so they're really good at further development, but they're mute. Because they can't talk to anyone. Alright. Super nanite deanalyzer. An element designed to complete. Ideally, your operating pairs, each comparing 2 strains. Okay, so we don't need that because it. What does this do? We don't need any of these turned on because we already have a 0%. So we're gonna be injecting Myth with a lot of weird chemicals, is what I've heard. That's the jig that I'm picking up right now, is that we're gonna be injecting Myth with a lot of chemicals because they have the promising candidate trait, and they'll be able to handle as much as we can inject them with. All right, I'm okay with that. I'm down with that. I think, really, we might have the best. While Solvay is doing research, we'll start, what I missed? So, Myth has the promising candidate trait, meaning that every time they go into this pod to get new superpowers, it will always be a 0% chance. They can't talk to anyone, but now we can genetically modify a Myth to be a super soldier of sorts, and it'll be perfectly fine. I think that's gonna work out pretty well for us. All right, Legend, are you okay? We'll be fine. Go ahead and get this next door open. I'm gonna hold off. What? Oh, the power flickered. Okay. Can't let power turn off while that's going on. Understood. Nope. No, we're not running it like that. I ain't getting screwed over like that. Sorry. My apologies. I now know. We need more power generation. I now know. We could make we're gonna build another chem fuel generator, I think. Oh, good job. Good job, idiot. Solvay is the one with the 12 melee, but Solvay has. Do this. There you go. There you go. Solvay has 300% research speed, so they're going to be focusing on doing all of our research because they're just going to be naturally better at it than everyone else. And Legend has Summon Lightning, but they're callous, so they do not care about the sanctity of life. They have no ability to care about anyone else's life. Huh. I don't think that's a debuff. I think that's just good, actually. I think that's just generally good. No social gains either. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, drugs can fix that. What MILF becomes? Do not call Miff MILF. Okay, I don't think Miff wants to be called a MILF. Alright. Good God. Y'all are heathens. That's all you are. You're all just a bunch of heathens. Legend, how are you doing? Are you... Okay, you're fine. You have all your needs met. Go get this next door open. Hey, Jackie. Da-da-da-da-da. Thank you very much, Jackie. Thank you for 7 months of tier 3. I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate you. How are you doing today? How's your life treating you? We're currently trying to survive in a pretty much a Fallout vault. And people are very upset all the time, and I don't understand why. Why are you suddenly so... Oh, because Miff took over your job. You... No one else to do research other than Solvay. Everything's fine on you? I'm doing okay. Our first colony died. Horrendously. Spectacularly, some might say. It was quite the catastrophic downfall, if I do say so myself. It was a very, very impressive fuck-up on my part. I think this next group is going to do way better. But we're going to have to wait and see until we get outside. Legend is about to have a mental break again, because he's been staring at a door for almost 12 hours, but he's done now. Ah, yes. Thank you for revealing that the door leads to a door. Thank you for providing me with more doors in my life. I love having more doors in my... Fucking Christ. Alright, once Legend is rested and taken care of, we'll send him to go open the next door. Why is he upset? No recent trades. Free press bedroom. Miff, what you can do is you can start opening this next coffin. Get that progress going. Solvay has gotten us a third of the way to macroelectronics so that we can start doing orbital trading. We haven't even gotten to do what I wanted to do yet, by the way. I want to call that out real quick. We haven't even gotten to do what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was make a little space gas station. So spaceships could land and, you know, get more gas and they fly back away. You know, I thought that'd be really cool. I thought that'd be really neat. We haven't even gotten to that part yet. We haven't even started with that idea yet. I'm still stuck in the let's not die phase of this game. And that's very, very concerning for our longevity. I am not pleased about this whatsoever. Fuck. Okay, Myth. Who do we got? Who do we got? Open up the casket. Who do we got? Lumi, who is good at shooting, good at melee. They love drugs. But you're not Lumi. You're actually... Liari, congratulations. Liari has the powers of Eagle Eye, so they have double maximum weapon range. However, they're easily enraged and will begin a social fight every time someone insults them. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I'm willing to believe that. What skills are you good at? Oh, you're beat the fuck up. Oh, you're just injured up and down, aren't you? Yeah, you're just a fighter. So we'll have you focus on, like, janitor duties, really. I mean, I guess we could teach you gardening. We don't really have anyone who's good at gardening yet. Alright, legend. Why are you so stressed, man? Want an impressive disturbed sleep, able without a table. Yeah. A bunch of garbage, a bunch of excuses. Yeah, I understand. We'll move this over here. Get all these moved into this other room. Sounds like Leah. Yeah, it does. Ideology. We'll get our little mark made so that people aren't upset about that anymore. Because a lot of the like negative mood debuffs right now are just ideology related. So we'll get that worked on. Is legend stress? Signs point to you. Oh, Christ. Alright. And you've had a mental daze. Of course you have. Myth can take over. And Liari can go to bed. Of course she is. Thanks, Myth Randu. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Are you guys enjoying the Magic 8 Bard, by the way? Do you think that's a funny redeem? Is that funny to you guys? Is it something you appreciate? It wasn't that hard to set up, but it was like an offhanded comment. Magic 8 Bard knows. Glad. I'm glad you enjoy it. I probably should set up a bot at some point. I should probably make a... Thank you for the headbats, Jack. I probably should set up a streamer bot at some point. Like, my own personal bot. But I haven't, like, decided on a name yet, which is why I haven't done so. Oh, God. We have plenty of food. We could probably focus on growing, what? Cotton and smoke leaf? Alrighty, we've made it outside. Yep, as I figured, we have solar power generation. Alright, we have made it to the outside world. Is that a good thing? I have no idea. But it does give us the ability to extract a bunch of like exterior like building materials. Hi, Squeaky. How are you? What is up? What's up, the prettiest pink thing? All right. So EP you had the biggest eeps? Oh my god, I'm so jealous. I wish I could have big eeps. Alright, I think I'm gonna save real quick. I think we have enough power generation that Myth is not going to die spontaneously while getting gene tailored. I think. Well, good morning to you. Hopefully you slept well, hopefully you slept deeply, and hopefully you are well rested and taken care of. It is always a pleasure to have you around. Hi, Liari. Liari. Dearest Liari. Oh my god, it's our 1-year friend-iversary. What the fuck? How dare you? Everyone go say hi to the birthday girl. Because it's her birthday today. Hi, Kova, how are you?
Bud, shut up and play the game.
No, I'm going to talk about you for a bit. Happy birthday, Leah. For those of you who don't know, later today, I'll be going and playing Red Dragon Inn with Leah and Somersault and Jetman J and Joe Cat and Cinephon. We are going to wrap up a little bit early today, just because I did promise Cinephon I would run through Red Dragon with them a little bit, just so that they can get a little bit familiarized with how the game works before we play. And so I wanted to give them like a little bit of time to talk and, you know, catch meat and all that kind of stuff. But so we'll be ending a little bit early today, and then I will ping you guys whenever we're starting Red Dragon Inn. But Leah, happy birthday. Hopefully you're well rested and you're ready for all the fun today. Hold on. It's a requirement. It is a requirement whenever someone appears. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leah. Happy birthday to you. Anyways, that's all you get. That's all you get. You're not allowed anymore. Be grateful. All right. So we've made it to the outside world. Myth is currently getting gene tailored. We need to get these doors sealed up for protection's sake. I will provide guest beds because we are going to cater to guests this playthrough. Tailored jeans and all? Tailored jeans and all. I fucked up the spacing on this. 1 second. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So there's 8, 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty. Sad wanderer Liari. Understandable. Zone. Expand out areas. Manage areas. New areas. Guest. Expand. Guests are allowed in this area specifically. And then you, guest, try to entertain, set you to here, make default. Alrighty. Perfect. Alrighty. Now all that's taken care of. Alrighty. So we're waiting on microelectronics to get done. Then we can get, we also have this finally done, which I can now slap down this and then this to seal this off into a little proper room. We're growing cotton and smoke leaf. We need a little bit more power generation, so that's going to be our next priority, is probably another solar panel. We are running out of steel, unfortunately, so let's take a look and see if there is. Is anyone good at mining in this group? Not particular. Myth is the best at mining. Myth can go mine. We also need to get some lights in here as well. So, microelectronics are done. Perfect. All right, light. Come on. There we go. Light. A little bit of light here, and then a little bit of light here. 4 guests. 4 guests. Alrighty, cool. Major brick risks. So, why are you having a major brick risk? You want to be supercharged, you have had no trades. We need to get some roles assigned. Alright, so Legend has no social skill. Myth is currently getting gene-tailored. Solvay has a lot of social skill. We can make Solvay the trader. There we go. And then Liari is okay at social, so we will make them the mind mender. And that should help a little bit with the whole fucking, like, ideology shenanigans. Autonomous mark disrespected. Okay, how is it disrespected? No beds allowed. Okay, that's because doors haven't been built yet. Yeah, it's fine. Research project. We do need to get solar panels figured out. That way we can build more of them and we're not running on, like, just bare minimum power at all times. Because the last thing I want is power to flicker while Myth is in the pod. Fact. Liari, you should now be good to go hack open this casket. We can turn this off. I think that should save some power as well. We can turn this off. That should save power. All right. That gives us a little bit of security in just now that we have some grid excess. We're not going to be losing power while Myth is in the pod. And then you lot, look, we're doing our best to take care of you. How are you considering your hospitality? You're right, you're considering it pretty high, honestly. And that's better than I could ask for. because you're in a safe environment, you're protected, you can stay here for, not as long as you need, but long enough. Let's get this incendiary launcher hauled to storage. We need you lot to... Oh, fuck. Who cares? That's fine. We're living. Got a gift. We got a sky steel knife. That's very nice. Alrighty. So, that's been taken care of. That's been handled. Legend, what are you doing? You're going to go deconstruct some more steel so we can have shit to work with. Good. I'm gonna say it's very nice. Oh, God. Why am I so tense today? Big stretches all the goddamn time. Why are you teaching me how to mine? And shelves and memes. Listen, Rimworld. I don't need you, Rimworld, telling me, the magical bard, how to meme. Okay, I feel like I fail at meming well enough that I don't need you to tell me how to do it. If we're being a little honest here, okay? I don't need you telling me.
There is the possibility.
No, there isn't the possibility, okay? I don't need to be told how to meme. Also, Legends in a Days, because of course he is. Alright, we'll get another solar panel built with that slapped down. And cheers to you, Koba. Ugh, fuck you. Thank you for checking me, Jackie. Alright, quest available, Pod Swarm. Jaden Gray, the Stellarch of the Empire of Paka, is having trouble near fill-up due to repeated infestations. He wants to draw bugs that will provoke 1 infestations of hives. I can handle an infestation, I think. That should be doable. Alright. Oh, I forgot Myth is in the fucking tailoring pod. Solve, go get that knife. And also turn this on. Okay, we have bugs about to come in. Yeah, it's nothing bad. It could have been far worse. Alright. Here we're good. Ah, thanks. Storage. Let's build a... can I build a bookshelf? I'll build a small shelf. Out of uranium? Yeah, sure. We'll build a shelf out of uranium. That'll go well. What did I just fucking assign? What? Solve is no longer seeing things. Good. The fucking bed. Where you die. Hi, Thakuna. I'm assuming that's Krieg. If I had to take a wild guess. A bit of uranium fever. Uranium fever has got me going down. Uranium fever, it's going all around. Being raided by Neanderthals. Not a whole lot of them. How'd you know? Which? Because you're the only person I know with that ugly green. And also, you're very predictable with your pseudo roleplay entry. start having Leah kite, because I don't want her getting caught in melee too... Well, I said too easily, but I guess she's down already. Go rescue Leah. Can't let me die on my birthday. I'm not letting you do anything. You've lost an arm, though. Or a hand, really. You lost your hand. Got called cringe for telling a girl that I liked her? Yeah, I foresee that. I wish Legend would snap out of it already, by the way. Just as a side note. Without a doubt. Alright, well, I'll have to see if the fucking thing's lying. Myth is done in 2 hours. Can Liari hold on for 2 hours? No, Liari will die in 2 hours. Solveig is incapable of doctoring. Put a band-aid on it? Oh, okay. I got you. Well, now that I've been told to put a band-aid on it, you know, it is the birthday girl's birthday. We can't let that happen, right? That'd be crazy. That'd be insane to let that happen. You know? Crazy. Anyways, happy birthday. Myth, congrats on your success. Myth has gained the power of unstoppable. However, they've gained the weakness of bigot. Unstoppable gives them 100% pain resistance, meaning they will never go down from pain shock. However, they are bigoted, believing the rule of their community is absolute and refuses to deal with prisoners unless they're at the end of a knife or gun. They will not warden, care, entertain, or sell to anyone. Smash or pass the recluse from Elden Ring Night Rain? Absolutely smash. What the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, Solveig, you doing okay? Yeah, get back into the pod. You're still bleeding, which is unfortunate, but you're recovering quickly enough, I think you'll be okay. Welcome back. Alrighty. Liari still has a medical emergency in that they have a severe amount of blood loss, but they'll be okay. More merchant has arrived. That's actually not terrible for us. Bodies. All this stuff needs to be available for pickup. Major break risk. What is your break risk? Legend has... Liari is starving. We have diseased gutworms. Can I just have shit work for like 5 seconds? Disturbing visions. Cool, awesome, great. Just fucking hit me with literally everything, why don't you? Solveig is having a hard time talking. That's fine. Let us sell you one of these assault rifles, because we're not going to be making use of those. We will buy... What? Not shit, really. You're kind of terrible. We're kind of just trading with you for the sake of trading. Alright, zone, dumping stockpile. Just throw this over here. These are for corpses only. Now, unfortunately, we do need to get you a new spine at some point, because you do have a bad back. Oh, God. The corpse stockpile. Good for munching. Yes. We also can deconstruct all this up here. God, I wish I could get a new spine, don't we all? Solvay has having a major break risk because they've observed corpses. Using a despised weapon. I know you want a... Yeah, I know. You want your ultra high-tech weapons. You still have doors that you can open above. Doors that I can open above? Elaborate. Also, legend. Above the base. Doors I can open above the base. No. There are no more doors to be opened. This is the entirety of the vault, as is, and we're going to be very, unlikely to expand upon it. We might try to knock out this wall and turn this into a room, or we might knock out this wall and make this a room, but for all, this is as big as it can be. Now, we do have the Ancient Danger here, which might have something good for us, but I'm not entirely sure. That's the only downside of this, like, pre-generated start, is that it kind of gives you a base, and you kind of just gotta deal with it. While expansions are possible, namely if I wanted to like expand out and make like a better defensive area here, it would be very annoying otherwise to try and like get everything situated. I do need silver. That's something that needs to get mined. We already started a social fight. I'm not surprised. I think we're gonna start making some marijuanas. I think some good old rollies are in order. Make smoke leaf forever. Monolith. Yes, I'm aware about the anomaly DLC. You don't need to tell me. Legend is healing from his fight with Solvay. We got a bunch of old ladies in this colony, and that's kind of problematic. Myth also has a coagulator. So what that does is it slows her rate of bleeding by 50. It's like she's not great stat-wise yet. But she could be. She could be really good. And I want her. Yes, the marriage iguana is very important for the well-being of the colony. Okay. Research project needed. Let us get what is the biggest thing that we need? We need prosthetics, don't we? Which requires that we research smithing, machining, and then prosthetics. You're disrespected because you need columns and you need Reuben preface. Stop beating the shit out of each other. Good God. My God. Fucking just throwing hands all the time. Lunacy is what it is. It's fucking lunacy. Yari, okay. If I can clean this goddamn base up. Most of the base is you spilling blood on people. I don't like that the power is flickering. Why is the power flickering? Of course the power flickered. Myth has gone berserk. Great. Love that. Salutations. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Please stop. Please stop. Just put it down. Solvay, stop them. Actually, don't do that, because they're... Oh my god. I'd be doing way better if this colony would, like, work with me, like, just a bit. Just a moment. I just want a couple moments. How are you, though, Lucy? I hope you're doing very well. Oh, sorry. That auto-saved right as they were beating the shit out of each other. I would be so better. I'd be so good. If it wasn't for all this nonsense. Okay. Where are we? What was the last thing that happened at this autosave? Okay, we're fine. Looking forward to next month? Yeah, what's going on next month? Yeah, that's where they found the monolith. Research, let's get smithing. Oh yeah, the new 1.6. Okay, yes, I am very excited about Odyssey. It'll be one of the first. It'll probably be like, I typically try not to spend money on. I try not to spend money too much on games, just because my income is not the greatest. Like I'm like, you know, I do kind of live month by month and just kind of like try to figure things out as best we can. But I think Odyssey will be like the one thing that I buy, like without hesitation. Because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really cool. And it has, like, a lot... Okay, so the biggest complaint that people have with, like, 1.6 and Odyssey is the fact that it is kind of just taking a bunch of mods and, like, making them base game. And I don't really care about that, if I'm being entirely honest. That doesn't bother me, because typically when they do such a thing, it's very much to the benefit of the player base. Either, you know, like, hey, we like this really cool mod idea. Well, we're gonna take this idea, we're gonna expand upon it, and we're gonna make it, you know, stable. We're gonna make it built into the game, and we're gonna like introduce new code that will be like, you know, it's not tacked on to the game. It is a part of the game. And it's just, yeah, it's just overall a better experience, right? Most of the time. You can most of the time tell when something is modded into RimWorld and when something was made in RimWorld, you know? Okay. We need to... Oh my god, this fucking are just a pain in my ass all the time. Let us get Spaceport Beacon made. And then we'll get this is where Leah's a sad wanderer. That makes sense. And we're an eclipse, of course. Multi-threading, though? Yes. I'm very excited about the multi-threading. The stability of RimWorld is going to be a lot better soon. The load times are going to be a lot better. Overall, I just think it'll be a good time. Also, there is a way we could stop Myth, by the way. Even though they have no pain. Like, even though they ignore the pain shock. The best way we would be going about doing it would be, we would be going for blood loss. So we would just have to put enough bullets in them. Because Myth does have the coagulator. So, where is it? so it reduces their bleed factor by 50%. But that does mean that when they get to this is the ancient thing, right? Haven't tried myself. Yes, it is, and I hate this. It is a goddamn nightmare. Because everyone is just pissed all the time because they wake up with high expectations and nothing's researched, like, and you're just trying to scrape things together and they're all broken. They're all terrible. I returned from the interview. Welcome back, Darius. Hopefully you had an amazing interview. I haven't even opened this last casket yet. I'm scared to, if I'm being honest. We're gonna turn these turrets off. Any background checks? I can start training Friday. Congratulations! I'm glad you finally landed it. Cargo pods. Sky Steel Gladius. That's better than we've been having. Are we able to stop Myth? Very doubtful. Bard, you want to. I do want to. I'm just kind of like trying to get everything else situated first. It is certain. Alright, well, the magic 8 bard never lies, I guess. Hey, stop doing what you're doing, because you're pissing yourself off. Gift from the Empire, Nerve Spiker. Oh, you're just gonna give me a free Nerve Spiker? Yeah? Alright. I won't complain. Sure. But no, I'm excited for Odyssey. I think Odyssey is going to be an amazing addition to RimWorld. My only big concern with Odyssey is the fact, I don't know, like, I'm going to be buying DLC, right? So it doesn't really matter to me personally. But I do wonder how much is going to be, like, locked behind DLC and how much is going to be, like, base game. I'm expecting, like, the caravanning stuff and, like, the biomes to be base game. I understand if the space exploration is not. Also, Solvay, that's for you. But I'm really hoping that we get, like, a fair bit of the stuff as base game. So, and it's not just one of those DLCs that you either buy it or you don't get to experience it at all, right? And I think that was a huge issue with, like, some of the previous DLCs that we've had, is the fact that, you know, they would release these DLCs and these DLCs become available to the general public, but, you know, they have content that is not even like very locked behind, like ideology, royalty. Like, okay, royalty is fine because, you know, royalty has, well, no, actually, I think every DLC so far has been either you buy it or you don't have anything like to include in it. Because royalty, if you bought royalty, you got, you know, not only the royalty system, but you also got a lot of, like, new weapons and new armor and a new faction, ideology, the whole game, like, there's a whole part of the game that just doesn't exist without ideology, which is perfectly fine. Anomaly is entirely self-contained within itself. Biotech, you know, has a lot of cool features that I think, I hope that with Odyssey, that they introduce features that are promised to us in this next group that get muscle parasites. I love that. That they give us stuff that is free, because it's been a very long time since RimWorld has gotten a free update in any kind of way, to my knowledge, anyways. And I want to see, you know, like, we can turn this off. I want to see that, you know, they still care about the general player base and that they're not just releasing DLCs because they still need a paycheck. That is my one hope and that is my one expectation. Will that happen? Probably not, if I'm being real. I'm not expecting them to, like give too much. I just want to see, like, the base game be improved slightly. So that people can enjoy what they're doing, right? They can still enjoy the base game, and, you know, it's been, I don't know. Again, it's been a very long time, and I'm just hoping that, things get better for the game. Not that the game's in a bad spot, don't get me wrong. I think RimWorld is in a very, very healthy position, but at the same time, I also recognize that the one thing that will probably do it in is even now, like I get like regularly on the YouTube shorts, for examples, I get asked questions like, what DLC should I buy? You know, I think Julie was asking about what DLCs I should buy. I've had other people ask me like what DLC they should buy. Like, and they all have like different aspects to the game that you need to know. Like, if I told you to get biotech is the one, I'd say necessity DLC. The rest just kind of modify the game a little bit. And I feel like Odyssey is going to be one of those DLCs that become must-haves. You know, like if you're going to play RimWorld, you want biotech and Odyssey, ideology maybe, royalty maybe, anomaly, hyper specifically. That is how I am rating the current like DLC format for RimWorld at the moment, and I'm hoping that it is. I'm hoping that it is worthwhile. You know, that's pretty much just what I hope for. We have more visitors visiting, that's fine. Alright, I guess we'll open up this last casket now that some people have calmed the fuck down. I'm hoping for someone with a good mining skill. Hi, Kane. If that's your real name, which it is not. You are steadfast, and your powers are self-resurrection. The subject is practically a zombie, as when their body and mental function cease, their bodies enter a suspended animation. Over the course of 3 days, they will recover from any grave wounds and forcibly resurrect with the majority of the wounds remaining. They cannot die, and as long as the body exists. After a few moments after dying, the pawn will spring back to life with no wounds at all. However, they're a zealot. They have developed an intense state of zealotry, and that all against the will of the colony do not deserve to live. They will instantly kill anyone that we arrest. So no prisoners for us. Understood. And he is wearing hermetic armor and marine gloves and marine boots. He also has a bionic stomach. Well, welcome to the colony. What is your You're good at cooking. You're good at medical. So we're gonna do something a little like this. I'm gonna send you out to mine. Your priority is gonna be mining because we need someone out there mining, and no one else is doing it. So I'm gonna make you do it. At least we have a second doctor now, at the very least. So we have someone who cannot feel pain and someone who cannot die. Who would win? Okay. Hey, what are you doing? You're just wandering. Oh, you're attending a party, right? Or they're having a party right now, which is probably good because we need like a mood buff here. Sadly. Not dying is pretty powerful. It is. He's okay at shooting. He's not the greatest at shooting, so he'll at least be here. Organ decay, Kane. He's developed a flesh-eating infection in his heart. The organ will slowly lose function over the next 46 days before dying completely. If you want him to stay completely, I need a replacement heart. It could be bionic or... Okay, well, I guess we're chasing those, prosthetics, huh? With the unstoppable force, the one who can't beat the unstoppable force, the one who can't die. My sources say no. Well, there's your answer. I don't know what sources they have, but those are their sources. So wait, what is your problem? Why are you always upset? You want trader apparel, which is a bowler hat. It's gonna be neural supercharged. The mark has been disrespected. We need separate bedrooms. Okay. Listen, we're doing our best right now. I need you to calm the fuck down. Solveig, come here and break these. If it kills his heart, won't he just resurrect with it repaired? That's a great question. And I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to play chicken with that, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, like I don't want to fuck around and find out on that. Did I not tell you to turn this off? The flesh-eating disease killed Kane's heart. Would he resurrect it with a repair? My sources say no. Well, there you go. Alright, we got some guest beds put together. And the plague. I love that. Why are y'all still walking out here? What are you doing? Machining. Alright, next research is prosthetics. You could loan a heart from a prisoner. Well, we can't, because Kane has zealotry, which means the moment we get a prisoner, he'll just kill them. So, we can't take prisoners. We gotta get a... Hi, everyone. I'm new. Welcome on in, Jasper. How you doing today? So taking a prisoner and do the surgery before undrafting the zealot? Possible. We need to get a prisoner, is the thing. Can you knock him out first or kill? We could kill Kay and then let him self-revive while we are getting his lone heart. But the problem, oh god, who else is the doctor in the colony? It's Legend. Fuck, he's, I don't know if we have a good enough doctor is the problem. Anastasia came during the capturing the heart taking process, I guess. Well, he's also our best doctor. That's the other fucked up part. So if we're gonna do the whole like extract heart process, he would be the one to do it. So, man, this is a fuck situation. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is stupid. So, Kane's the best doctor we have. Yep. The guy who can't die is the best doctor you have. Call him the necromedic. Come back later. That's Conjugate part. Are we cooked into certain? I think that's one of the best redeems I've ever made. I personally think that's one of the best redeems I've ever fucking made. Mew, cheers to you. Thank you very, very much. Yeah. Who's gonna operate on him? The next best candidate is Myth at 5. They have a 5 medical. Liara has a medical emergency. They're having a heart attack. Thankfully, that got treated in time. However, Myth is currently dying of the plague. How hard can heart surgery be? Well, depends on how well this plague goes. Actually, hold on. We have breach health. That should help. Oh, hopefully I wasn't too late on that. Could have done that way sooner, but hopefully I wasn't too late. Kay needs to be ready to perform medicine as quickly as possible. Come on, we need a good 10 quality. We need something better than a 29. I don't know if we're gonna beat this. We're probably not going to. 99% 10 quality is really good, actually. That might tip it over. Probably not, though. Do their body parts grow back? Whose? Come on, Myth, pull through. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to pull through. Yeah, they're not going to. Fuck. Man. Alright. Unfortunately, this is where we're going to end it for the day. Unfortunately. I apologize to, the name is small, the immortal dudes. Kane, no, his body parts do not grow back. Unfortunately, this is where I have to end it today. We do have a cliffhanger. Unfortunately, this is where I have to end it today because we do have some big stuff going on later, and I need to make sure that I am rested, taken care of before I get into that. I don't want to burn myself out too much before later on. So everyone, I want to thank you very much for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Hope all of you have an amazing time today. Let me go check real quick if we have is a little twerp streaming yet? They should be. They're not. Why are they not streaming yet? What the fuck? Der heck. What is their problem? Why aren't they streaming right now? What the fuck? Rest well? Thank you very much. How dare. Alright, but everyone, some news real quick. I want to talk about new stuff real quick. So, one last time for those who have just been joining today. The plan for this week is we're going to be doing XCOM tomorrow, and then later that night we're going to be doing Hunt Showdown with our dearest Dania Luxu. Friday, I'll be doing War Torn, which is a game I got a free key for. It was titled as, "We've heard your claim to be a dungeon master." So that sold me immediately as a challenge. And then Saturday, we'll be doing, I forgot what it was. I already forgot what it fucking was. God damn it. Whatever. Anyways, point being, I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you very much. Later tonight, we'll master this one. Exactly. Tonight, we'll be doing Red Dragon Inn with Leah, with Joe Cat, with Somersault, with Cinephon, and with Jetman J. So I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to take care of myself, make sure my voice is rested. I don't want to tire myself out before the fun events of then. We're going to go ahead and raid on out. If you would please stick around for the raid. For those, I'm gonna end stream over on this side. There we go. Bye, Angry Bar. I'm not angry.